check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Welcome back to another episode of the Chad Smith Podcast. My name is Chad Smith, and today is Thursday, March 10th, 2022, and I'm joined today by my awesome co-host from California. Please welcome back to the stream, Spooky Morales.
Good morning, Chad. How you doing? Hello, everybody in the chat.
I'm doing pretty good, man. Sonny's going to be joining us here in a little bit. He's squeaky clean just right out of the shower, so he's going to be joining us when he gets his shit together. And Andy Gambino, good to see you, dude. Sweetly Morbid Bear, how's it going this morning? Good to see you. Gentlemen and soul siblings, I'll be listening. Have a lovely day. Awesome. She says, whoever's in chat on here, let's send a light prayer to each other. Light bearers need light too. That's absolutely true.
I love that.
No negativity on the stream today either. I know there's a lot of stuff going on around the world, and we don't care about it for the next 3 hours. All right, guys?
Right on.
Strap in for 3 hours of positivity.
Yep.
Diesel Girl, good morning. Thought I said hi to you, but I guess I didn't. Good morning. K-Man, good morning. Eddie Haskell, always good to see you, dude. Hope you're doing well, man. Unidentified S4, what's up, Anthony? We were just talking in a private chat about the future log cabin neighborhood in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan that we're gonna get going here pretty soon, I think. I wish. Chad Smith Podcast, good morning. And yeah, I think that's all, you guys. Oh no, we got Brown Dot Flop coming in. We got Can't Believe I'm Actually Awake. Hope you're all doing well. Absolutely. Good to see you. Jeanette Sanchez, good morning. Who else just coming in right now? Brassel Hoff is here. What's up, dude? You at work right now, or are you going to work today? Or do you work midnights? I can't remember. No, you're on midnights right now. What is up, Connor? Good morning to you, too. Let's see. I think that's it for today. So, go back and get some sleep, Spooky, and we'll see you on Chop Shop. No,
thank you, everybody, for coming. Good night.
Just play the outro.
Well, I mean, if that's all we did was just come in here and say hi to everybody and then bounce.
Did you see the Chad Smith Podcast? I think they've lost their minds.
Well, that would have happened a long time ago. It was going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I wonder what Jamie's up to this morning. I know she's not awake yet, but if we say her name 3 times. Jamie.
Summoned.
Yep, she's been summoned.
It
Never
happens.
seen this name before. What's up, guys? Have a good morning, all. Been watching the past few weeks sneakily and enjoyed the humor and weird conversations. Whoa, that's awesome. That's always good to hear that somebody's been watching from the shadows and then they just come in and say hi. Awesome. Good to see you, Booth Hemingway. Let's see. I think that's about it for the chat. Brassel, you guys do a live meditation, no words. We just watch y'all meditate.
We can do that.
We could probably do that. I'd probably fall asleep, though. Just being honest with you. Yeah, what weird conversations? If you could just elaborate a little bit, because
I identified with the weird part.
Yeah. Guys, if you would like to support the show... Wait, do I have it on here? Yeah, but I have it in Cassie colors because she's the last one to use this. If you'd like to support... Oh, it does say Cassie, too. It says all donations during the stream will go to Cassie. Definitely need to change that.
She's rich.
Cassie got enough last time. Let me get that off here. I wanted to check out one more time Lee's. How do I get to his merch store? I wonder if it's on his YouTube channel.
Is it?
Let me see. First Floor Audio. We should just put some of his jams on while we're waiting for Sonny.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the way Alien Girl wakes me up in the morning.
Yeah. Oops. I can hear that, but you can't. All right. Share, screen, tab, Lee G. And I can take it back out. Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time on YouTube, please welcome Lee G at First Floor Audio.
Now we're rocking.
I will show it. This is what, if you want to hear this song, it's called There's Only Now. Talking about how time is an illusion. Yeah. So today we're going to have Matt Barron on the show. Matt Barron is a paranormal consultant. I still have to ask him if that means, like, if that's his YouTube channel name, because I couldn't find it, but I don't know if that's like his title, paranormal consultant, like if that's the title of the channel, or if he's just a paranormal consultant. We'll have to ask him when he gets on here. But yeah, Matt was scheduled earlier, I think last month, and couldn't make it, so he rescheduled with us, and so he's going to be coming on with us today. Ghost Dragon says,
he's seen this show and he still wants to come on it?
He says he's very happy to come on. So hopefully he's seen a couple episodes with Jamie in them, because I think what I need to do is just make like a promo video to send to people and be like, I know that you asked to be on the show, but figured I'll just send you this video to let you know what you're jumping into. And then you can make your decision after watching. Some of the comments we get in the chat. Jamie. Enzo, what's up, dude? Time definitely moves slower the last half hour of work and workouts.
Good point.
Absolutely. Especially when you don't have anything to do. See, that's the thing, though, is if I'm at work and it's getting ready to, the day's winding down, this just distracted me. I was paying attention to Lee's plugs. See how they're different than ours?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that distracted my ADHD brain for a second.
That's wild. You saw that.
It's weird, man. I just went to go close that window out, and that was the first thing I looked at, and then I couldn't concentrate on what I was saying. Like,
yeah, you got to be ready for that when you go over there and you take your American products.
I'm sure there's an uncountable number of people that have gone over there expecting to just plug their stuff in. They're like, right. Damn it! Oh, British plugs, not Euro. Are Euro plugs British different? Oh, it's 220. Good lord. Like even just plugging your cell phone into the wall is 220 and then they have to convert it down? Or oh boy, I don't know. I don't know anything about that stuff. Live in the moment. The only time that matters is now.
That song's rocking.
I love this song.
I think I saw you driving through a snowstorm with this playing.
Yep. Yeah, the day that I learned that this was on YouTube, I was driving home and I put it in my truck.
Yeah.
Did I show you guys the crystals on the podcast that I got last week? I don't know if I showed them on the podcast. But this
so
one...
many different shows, I don't know which one... I can't remember which one was which.
This one is my purple one. What is that called? Hey chat, what's this one called? The purple. Can't remember. I want to say selenite, but it's not selenite. That's white.
Amethyst?
Amethyst, I think. Oh, crap. I told you if we say her name 3 times. She says, well, what we got going on here? Well, you know, we're just doing a little show and tell. Yeah, amethyst. Okay, so that's amethyst. It's nice and polished on the edges right here. I like that.
And what's that blue one called?
This is the one I don't know the name of this. What is this one? Big. It's a big guy. It's got some
That reminds me
blues.
so much of the ocean over here. When I go to the ocean, it looks just like the colors. That is so wicked. Love it.
A gate. A gate. A gate.
She knows.
When she's talking too much, her mouth is a gate. That was me. Sorry, Jamie. Directed towards you. I'm sorry. You never talk too much. Yeah, Big Blue. That's a good name for it. A gate cut. Oh, a gate cut bass, Chad. I'm learning. Okay? I'm still in my crystal training. This is still Lee, right? Okay, good. I'm like, are we playing copyright music right now?
Yeah, I bet it's not the one I want to hear.
I'm Jake Smith. Oh, you don't want to hear this, huh?
I want to get moving.
You hear that, Lee? Spooky doesn't want to hear that one.
Boom, 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 boom.
I think I know what you're saying.
I like
think
that
I know
one.
what you're saying. I don't think this one's it. Hold on. Oh, this is it. Is this it?
It's not the it's not the techno one.
Oh, the techno one. That one is this one, I think.
We already rocked out. Now it's time to boogie.
Oh wait, I don't know this one. That's not it. Let's see if it's this one. Nope.
No.
I didn't realize.
Crafting the craft. Try crafting the craft. I think that might.
That's what this is. Crafting the craft. Boom, 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 dum, dum. This one might be it. Is this it? Oh no, I think it's after this one. I think. We're just gonna play the whole album.
Are we? Yeah. Are we just like redoing the Alien Girl show that already happened?
Yeah. Welcome back, Alien Girl 111. It's all gonna come out, guys. It's all gonna come out. The bodies, the documents.
Oh, the craft. Now we're rocking.
There it is. All right.
Some of that Alien Girl.
Zeta R Dance Party. One day, guys, it's all gonna come out. The bodies, the documents, and they're gonna tell you. We knew all about this. We just didn't want to tell you. And then we're gonna say, "Ha! Joke's on you, you son of a bitch." I already knew all about this.
Why?
I was listening to Alien Girl 111, mother scratcher.
Y'all.
That would be funny to just play her channel. just play her show.
I love Alien Girl so much that I would be down to just watch the show on the show.
We should. What's up, Sonny?
Good morning, guys.
We're kind of
Hey,
bored
what's
and
going
don't.
on, Sonny?
Going on, Spooky?
Morning.
We're just
Morning,
bored.
man.
Didn't have a plan, so we're just listening to Alien Girl music.
Ooms, 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 ooms.
But we got 24 people in the chat listening to us listening to music, so
Well, sweet.
Sorry, everybody.
I'm so sorry, guys.
What do you mean we don't got a plan? Our guest canceled?
He didn't cancel officially. He's just not here yet. Oh, wait. Hey, brother, just wanted to check. You're going to send me the link. Oh, my God. Did I not send him the link?
Nope.
Wow, we are so professional around here.
Well, you're rocking out, man.
I got out of my routine, and it screwed me up, man.
The business will come after the party's over.
I always send the link after I make the thumbnail, and I didn't do that last night. I got busy after I made it. Got out of my routine. Well. All right, he's got the link now. I'm so sorry, Matt. I know, Mike. Mike says, get it together, Chad. I know. Yep, not good. Sonny, what's up, homie? Anthony wants to know.
What's going on, Anthony? Nothing. I just barely got out of the shower, guys. Fucking freezing.
Big interview coming up this weekend. Anthony, bringing us the goods.
Dude, that's gonna be a fun one. That's on Sunday, right?
Yeah, bringing us those UFOs.
God, I wish it was on Saturday. I'm ready.
Oh, Saturday we're taping.
Oh yeah, it's our new day for taping.
Guys, got to remember, man. I went
It's
through a
like
lot
3
of work to
o'clock
do
our
that.
time, Spooky.
Yeah.
There he is. What's up, dude?
What's up, guys?
I'm so sorry, man. I got out of my routine and forgot to send you the link.
Hey, I understand. I do my own show too, and you know, you got to have your routine. And I'm the same way, man. So don't even worry about it.
All right. I was watching you last night on, you know what? Now I can't remember. It was Minnesota. What's the
Minnesota Spirit Hunters.
Yeah, that was a cool show, man.
Yep.
I was listening to it was the Thanksgiving edition, I think it is.
Oh, okay. All right.
When you were on there. That was a cool show. I liked it.
Yeah, I like Minnesota Spirit Hunters, Marcus, Lisa Marie, all of them. Great group. Absolutely great group.
I kind of related to them because a couple of them, they sounded a lot like me. I mean, they had like a thicker accent, but they had my accent, my northern accent up here.
Yeah. I call it I tease Marcus every once in a while. I call it a American Canadian accent.
Yeah, American Canadian. That's a good way to say
Canadian,
it. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Then we're getting the turkey ready in the oven there.
Yeah,
You know how she goes. Oh, we're losing you. You're going in between towers. All right, what'd you say, bub?
Yes. No, welcome to PA. But I have to apologize. I'm not in my studio. We're actually driving down to North Carolina. We got an investigation coming, so we're heading down there.
That's cool.
Have some fun.
Well, that'll be fun. How many people are going down there with you?
We have, I think, 6 or 7 teams represented, but there's like 16 of us.
Okay. Wow,
So,
that's sweet.
Yeah.
And is it just one location, or are you going to like you have a whole itinerary of places you're going to?
I wish we had a whole itinerary, but we've got the USS North Carolina booked. So
Okay.
we're going to be there from about 5 or 6 o'clock tomorrow in the evening until probably, I believe, 7 or 8 in the morning the next day. They're locking us in for the night. So
Ooh.
we're going to be doing a lot of live videos, a lot of fun. I've got my whole show planned out to have everything. We're going to be doing some virtual investigating for the audience. So my shows are very interactive. So I'm giving the audience a chance to investigate with us. So they get to ask questions for EVPs. If they have any ideas while we're investigating, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, that's so cool, man. Yeah, that sounds like a great time. So how many people are on your team?
I actually don't have a team per se. I've ran 3 different ones and kind of got away from the team setting. So now it's just I'm the consultant, I'm just a paranormal consultant, and it's myself and my wife currently. But I'll give you guys a little exclusive. Working on what I'm calling it a paranormal response group. That's going to include obviously my wife and I, and then her girlfriend and one of our friends. So we're going to be able to help people out, help clients out at a moment's notice.
That's sweet. That's really cool, man. So yeah, you don't have to have like a I don't know. I guess you wouldn't have to have like a whole responsibility of having like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's nice to not have a group that you have to be responsible for. I guess it's probably nice to just be able to float around and go to different.
Well, the reason behind like the consultant stuff, and the reason why I got away from the team setting is because, as most of us know, there's a lot of drama in this field. A lot of territorial BS and stuff like that I'm not about. I don't like that stuff. excuse me. So my thought was, without a team, I can work with anybody and everybody and not worry about that whole territorial or you're trying to steal my client or my location. No, I'm trying to help everybody. So
yeah,
I wanted to break that stigma a little bit. So hence why my wife and I started the consult.
that's awesome, man. That's a common message that some of us have, but it needs to be spread out a lot more. Like teamwork and working together and sharing ideas, and yeah, that needs to be spread out a lot more, especially right now when there's so much negativity and stuff going on.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I am fully about is that and I know some people might cringe with this, but para-unity, I'm all for it. I'm a big supporter of it. One of the things that I get asked a lot is, how do you know para-unity is going to work now? Well, because we got to take ego out of it. That's, to me, the biggest reason why para-unity hasn't worked is because of ego. And if we get away from that, focus on, how can we make us better? Let's work on making each other better. Let's support each other. Let's care about each other. Let's, network. Because I've said a couple times on my show, us as paranormal investigators, we know the answer that everyone keeps asking, is there life after death? Mm-hmm. We know that answer. Otherwise, who the hell are we talking to? You know what I mean? We're trying to figure out what happens. And I feel and believe, and everybody that I network with believe, that the only way to get that answer is by working together. We all have to, we all do investigate different ways. We all have different theories. We all have different, procedures. And I think together we can get those answers that we're looking for.
Yep, that's awesome, dude. You're speaking our language. We preach that all the time here, is unity and getting rid of ego. I mean, ego is like the number one issue right now.
Agreed. Completely agree.
With so many different things, not just the paranormal community, but just with everything. Ego is taking over, and it's very destructive.
It is.
Destructive and hurtful, so... Yeah, you don't really get anything done. It's not constructive either. Like, you don't get anything done. Just the ego part is people are trying to take over and trying to lead the pack with their huge ego. But if ego gets in the way, then you're not going to get anywhere.
Yeah, 100%. And that's one thing that I focused my show about. And this program I have is about, no ego. No drama. You probably heard of Parapost. That's why I'm a huge supporter of Brian John Laverty and what he's doing with Parapost Network.
I haven't heard of that. Parapost?
Parapost Network is an absolutely amazing platform. Brian John Laverty started. It's basically, think of it like a paranormal Facebook, where people can network and share ideas, share locations, share evidence, and help each other out in basically a drama-free environment. And he started off as there it is. And he's put a lot of work into it, and I fully support what he's doing.
Wow, this is really cool.
Yeah, and what's really great too with Parapost is they have an app for Android or iOS, so it doesn't matter what one you have, and it's completely free. So you get a free app, you get locations like you see on the left-hand side, you can promote your team, you can network, you can find people near you, and it's not just teams, it's paranormal enthusiasts and supporters all at the same time, and there's so many perks of it.
Wow, this is sweet. So these haunted spots that are over here on the left, you can see what I'm doing, right? On the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Are these added by the users or are these added by the website administrators?
I believe you can put in for a haunted location.
Huh.
So it doesn't have to be. You can submit it, I believe, and they will put it up for you. And
Man.
you can also promote yourself too. They have a sponsorship program to where you pay a certain amount, and like on my show, I have a little like he has a logo called Para. This awesome little ghost.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a gold sponsor, and I put it up on top of my podcast to help spread the word of it. But you can promote yourself on there. You can do whatever you want. And what I really like about it is, Brian and his team are very interactive, and they actually, care about you. So they will help you out, set all that stuff up.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a really cool idea, like a Facebook of the paranormal. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And to do it for completely free, like you can download all this stuff for free.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I mean, there's already a lot of stuff, a lot of paranormal content on Facebook, and as we all know, that stuff sometimes gets monitored and censored out and taken down. So yeah, that's another awesome reason for that to be on there.
And I don't mean to give out some of his little details, but he said this on a live video, so I hope I'm okay saying it. But he is working on a live feature for Parapost to where like individuals like myself and others who want to do a podcast.
Oh, you dropped out, bud. Probably in between towers. But this is the website, guys, that we're checking out, parapost.net. Basically a Facebook for paranormal activity. I need to ask Matt when he comes back if they're planning on doing anything with UFOs and stuff like that, or if it's only only ghost sightings and stuff like that. I don't see on the website where it's anything but like haunted ghost locations. So maybe we need to make one for UFOs, guys. A UFO post. Parapost and UFO post. Oh, he completely dropped out. He'll come back. Yeah, I found out.
What do you do? Just drop a pin or something to make that pop up like that, Chad?
For the haunted location on the map?
Yeah, to mark the site.
Oh. I just copied and pasted it into the chat. Like that. Is that what you mean?
No. You know how you were showing the little markings for where each site was?
Yeah.
How do they put those little markings there? They just like drop a pin on a map to make that site.
Yeah, I think what he was saying is I think you can like submit, like email the website person that runs the website and then like say, hey, this is a good suggested area. Hey, Matt.
My bad.
Yeah, I think you can submit haunted locations and then they put them on there based off of, if it passes the test or not. Hey, Matt, I was going to ask you do you know if they have any plans to make that website more accommodating for like UFO sightings and stuff like that, or is it only ghost related?
Now, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure that it's open to anything paranormal, cryptids and everything else. So that's the one thing I know Brian did say that he wanted was a platform to be open for everybody and anybody.
That's cool. Yeah, I like it. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of activity on there just yet, but we need to start sending some people over there, I think. For sure. So guys, I put it in the chat, I think a couple times, but yeah, it's parapost.net right here.
And he also has a Facebook page, Parapost Network on Facebook that's ran by himself, and one of his admins is a female named Taryn from Paranormal Brew. She's one of his admins, and they allow people like myself and others to stream up from there. So you can actually, stream to that, want to get your name out there, get your show out there. But yeah, he's doing some amazing things in this field.
Sweet. Good deal, man. Very very uplifting. Sounds cool. What so you said, I think you said, I don't have your bio up here right now, but was it 16 years you were 16 years old when you first got into this?
Well, I've been in the field for 16 years, with over 400 cases under my belt. But I did actually have my first experience when I was about 16, 17. But no, I've been in the field for 16 years.
Sweet. What's the most haunted location you've been to, based off of your own?
I'm glad you said the most haunted, because I've been to like the Queen Mary, and I've been to Eastern State Penitentiary. I live literally like 45 minutes from Gettysburg.
Oh wow.
So I've been all over the place. But
Yeah.
Queen Mary was definitely up there.
Mhm.
Whaley House in San Diego is another one that's pretty good that I really enjoy. The Cosmopolitan Hotel in Old Town San Diego is another good one. But I think some of my favorites have always been my clients. The clientele is always my favorite.
All like individual houses?
Yeah. Yeah, those are my favorites.
What happens, like what are the differences between like a commercial property and a residential property? What types
for
of
me, well, as far as like the activity, I think the
Mhm.
activity is pretty much the same. But I like, when it's residentials, the personal connection.
Damn it. 2022 guys, and we don't have good cell phone signals. Can't believe
Like,
it. Elon Musk has to save us all. I tell Jake Smith
Like,
this
the
all the
husband-
time. There you are, man.
But like am I all right now?
Yeah, you're good.
I don't know. Okay. Like, the wife will see stuff all the time, and the husband's a full-blown skeptic. They don't believe in it, and it's caused a lot of issues. I like being able to come in and help them out,
Mhm.
and either A, prove or disprove what's going on. Commercials are just commercial based. Like, I've done a couple of locations to where businesses have called us in,
Mhm.
and it's cool and everything like that. I enjoy it, but I like that connection you get with your clientele to really help them out.
Yeah. And then they probably hit you up later on too, even after, with other questions or other sightings and stuff to get your
Oh, yeah.
opinion.
Oh yeah, yeah, and a lot of times, like, I'm big in debunking, and I think that's a very crucial part of an investigation. And I think if, like, the wife's in there saying that she's hearing footsteps, and you just realize that a floorboard's loose, or you got some loose pipes or something going on, it helps that out a lot, because then they're not worried about it so much. They hear the bang and they're like, oh, okay, well, there's air in our pipes, or something, or it just helps out a lot. Or they get closure. You say, hey, it's you said that your relative passed away. Well, here's their voice. Like, you can verify it with them that this is, as I always say, Aunt Sue or Aunt Sally.
Mhm.
Just coming back to say something. It gives them that closure. So I enjoy those more.
Can it get that personal where you can actually pick up a name?
And I have gone into some locations, and a lot of times when I do my interview process, I will not ask a name. I'll just say, have you had a family member or a friend, close friend, pass away? And they'll say, yeah. I'm like, okay, well, don't tell me who it is, just in case. And you can literally see it in their faces. You give them an EVP and you show them things, or whatever. They'll have their ideas. I mean, whether it's a power of suggestion through their own mind or through the evidence. But the fact that you see that connection, like, oh yeah, well, that was my uncle who passed away. They're just coming to say goodbye and all this other good stuff, but they're trying to tell us something. It helps.
Mhm.
I've
Yeah,
had that happen.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I've had a couple readings too where somebody will say there's somebody with you, he's with you all the time. He's an older gentleman, you know, and I've had that happen before just a couple episodes ago right here on YouTube. And yeah, I mean, it kind of gives you a little bit of closure. The one that I got, though, I didn't recognize who was with me, the way that she was describing it. So, you know, I still haven't really come to a conclusion on who that could be, but I can imagine if you had lost somebody that was super close to you and then they just said, like, hey, John's trying to get a hold of you, and he says he's okay, and you're cool. It's like, wow, that's a huge closure, and you can actually get on with your life after that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I always tell people, too, what I've found in my experiences is a loved one or a family, you know, friend or whoever, they'll come back usually about a 2-week time frame, and it'll start off very subtle. There'll be subtle little hints that they're there, that they're, you know, telling you that they're okay, that, you know, the mourning process is done. They're fine. Don't worry about them. They're in a good place. And what I found is people who ignored these little key signs, like deja vu or something, that's when start
initiating next tower. And we're getting closer, guys. We're getting closer.
I paid my bill.
It's just because you're going in between towers, I think. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right. There you are, man. Yeah, I found out cell phone towers only work for like 2 miles. So if you start getting out of the range of one, it takes a second to pick up on the range of the next one.
Well, I've been having issues with mine. I'm not going to say the carrier, but we've been having so many issues, like drop service. It'll say full bar, but it'll say no internet, but we'll have like 4G and all this other stuff. It's like, well,
sounds
okay.
Sounds a lot like Sprint.
Look, it's not, luckily. It's not. Nothing against anybody who has it, but it's not Sprint.
Yeah, I used to have Sprint for a while, and I don't like change. So even though I hated it, it took me forever to actually switch. And then once I finally did, I'm like, oh, I've been missing out, man. Especially for this area. Sprint's just not here anymore. So, but yeah, we need like a satellite, some type of satellite solution so that you don't have to go in between towers anymore.
Like Starlink.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Starlink, man.
Starlink fired up.
Yeah, I mean, that's for internet, but this is we're communicating via internet right now, so yeah, there's no reason why that wouldn't work.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just be making internet phone calls. Spooky and Sonny, do you guys have any questions? When he comes back?
I think he froze up, Chad.
Yeah, he's done froze up. I'm going to go ahead and let him click the link, come back in. If you'd like to make a call, please hang up and try again. If you need help, hang up and tell your operator. Who did the voices for all those? Did they have to have like a job posting? We need somebody to be the operator voice.
Do you think you would know him if you met him? Think they really talk like that?
I don't know, man. I grew up listening to that voice, so it's like, man, well, that'd be crazy to run into him. They interviewed the lady that did the voice for Apple. Siri.
Yeah.
She got screwed on that deal.
Really?
Yeah, when they had her do that voice over job, she had no idea what she was doing it for. It was just voiceover work. So you just go into a studio and you read every word out of a dictionary, basically. I think that's how it works. They just give you a bunch of words to read and you sit there and read them all. And then next thing she knows, she's hearing her voice as Siri across Apple devices. She's like, that's my voice, man.
I'm Siri.
Needs a better agent.
Hey, man, what's going on? Welcome back.
Thanks. I usually don't have this much issues unless I'm in my studio.
It's us. We bring the issues. Oh man, I think you frozen the same. Oh,
Where are you driving? Oh,
We
yeah.
all right now?
now you're like real pixelated. I've never seen that before. That looks crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Looks like a
He's
disco
entering
ball.
the Matrix.
Yeah, I think you're melting into a different dimension, man.
Portal.
Bree's giving me hell today. She's giving me hell. I don't even know what she's saying this about. Well, duh, Chad. What did I say?
There we go. I think it's all right.
Oh, hey, man.
Give it 2 minutes.
Yeah, you're doing better now.
Okay.
So where are you driving
Yeah,
at right now? Are you in California? Oh.
He's on the East Coast, I think.
Is he?
I don't know where he's driving from, but he's going to North Carolina, I think he said.
Oh.
Anybody
check
seen
out the orbs.
Anybody
There
seen
we go.
Cassie in the chat today?
think
I
I'm
haven't
back.
seen Cassie.
I don't
Oh,
think
hey
she's-
there. How's she going, Matt? You're on your way to North Carolina, you said?
Yeah. I'm on my way. I just crossed into Maryland a little bit ago.
Oh, okay. Live on location.
Right? What's really messed up is I can see the towers. They're literally like a mile and a half, 2 miles away from me. I can see them. They're right there.
They need giant signs on them so you know which one they are, and then you know which service to buy. But
Just
I guess
park
if you're
right next
traveling,
to
it's
one.
irrelevant. Yep.
Wi-Fi hotspot.
Yeah. Or even if they just advertise like, hey, if you need a Verizon tower, here's the Verizon towers. And then you could just drive to that area. I don't even know if they have coverage maps, but I don't think they tell you what tower is what. Anthony says, great. Now he got abducted.
That'd be nice. Probably. No, they wouldn't want me.
Hey, you guys were talking about that on the podcast
to
I was
that.
listening to. You guys were talking about missing
What's
time,
that?
I think. On the podcast I was listening to that you were on, I think you guys were talking about missing time.
Yes. Yes, that was one of our one of the brief topics we were talking about. But I guess the short version of that was, since time is relevant, you know, who's it relevant to? That should be the question. So, like spirits, what's a day for us may only be an hour for them, which would make sense why there's a gap in activity a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could be the other way around. But, you know, that's
So,
it's a
the question
possibility.
the question that you guys brought up on that stream was, if they have control over time and they know how time works in our world, why do they still have, like, why do we still experience time loss like that when they could just fix it, you know, and then put us back?
For me, it may be, again, goes back to the relevancy. I can't English today. But it might just be that. It might be our bodies or our minds reacting to the electromagnetic field. It could be a variety of different things. That's one thing that I've always said I love about this field is everything's theory. Who's to say who's right and who's wrong? So, but I
Right.
mean, anything's possible.
Well, for those answers, we have to go to UFO Twitter. They're the ones that know what's right and what's wrong. Those are the experts.
Right?
So if you need the real answers, hashtag UFO Twitter. They'll let you know.
You get many opinions.
Oh my god. Yeah, somebody that I follow posted something on there recently, and he got attacked for his opinion. Man, I was like, I don't know if I'll ever post anything on Twitter.
Mm.
Sometimes it's just my idea or, you know, like my opinion.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I've said it numerous times on my videos. It's like, we all have our own theories. We all have our own opinions. And who's to say that someone's right or wrong? And if you don't like it, there's plenty of other shows. There's plenty of other videos to watch. If you don't like what someone's saying, just go to another one. You'll find someone.
That's what I
Yeah,
don't.
but a lot of people want the debate. They want the fight.
Mhm.
See, debating's fine. Debating is absolutely fine as long as there's that mutual understanding that it's not going to get, personal. You know, I mean, like, it's like, and I hate bringing these up, but like religion and politics, it's the same way. Just because someone else's religion or belief system is different does not mean they're wrong or you need to attack them. You don't. It's, you respect each other's opinions, respect each other's belief systems, because, if you're allowed to have one, well, guess what? They are too. Yeah, it may be different. Yeah, you might think it's completely wrong, but you know what? That's because you think it's completely wrong. They may not.
That's awesome. That's an awesome way to think about it, because, yeah, I mean, you never know what somebody else has gone through, right?
Yeah.
You only know your experiences.
Yeah, and one team I work with a lot, very, very closely, and they're going to be down here, is a Warren Area Society of Paranormal, WASP. Real good buddy of mine. His name's Scott. He's in charge of it. He always tells his team, it may not be real to us, but it's real to somebody.
Yeah.
And that's a great way of looking at our field.
Yeah, especially when you're doing podcasts and doing shows, inviting guests on, you have to have an open mind like that, or else it's just not going to work out.
Yeah.
You can't.
And I feel like it goes both ways too. Like, everybody needs to be open to other people's opinions and suggestions, because, again, and I saw the comment, nobody is an expert in this field. This is not an exact science. We're all, in a sense, glorified historians and scientists, just kind of testing things out to see what's going on. And we need to be open with everybody's opinions and thoughts, because, like, I always give the example, I can sit here and tell you, in my 16 years, every spirit is purple, is the color purple. Am I right? Can you prove me right? No. Can you prove me wrong? No. Because of in my experience.
Right.
You can't disprove someone's experience.
That even goes for just everything in the world that we interact with on a daily basis. I mean, I could tell you that this coffee cup is green, but to you it's black. So it's like, well, are we even seeing the same colors when we say something's blue or something's green? How do I know that you're seeing the same color I'm seeing, or the same shapes that I'm seeing? And that's the same.
I just figured it out. The thing that separates us is what you already talked about, and why we can't get along. Ego, EGO,
man.
You hit it on the knob.
Yeah, man, it is all about ego. Spooky's been telling me that for a couple months now.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like, I said about this program I have. I call it the P3 program, the Paranormal Partnership Program. And what it is we're all working together, and we're trying to break that ego. We're trying to break that stigma. We're trying to show people that para-unity can work. It can work, and we can do it together. And I think once the word gets out there that there is groups out there who do believe the same thing, that ego is the biggest cancer in our field, things will start happening. We'll start working together. Things will start moving forward, and there's going to be a lot more positivity, which is why on my channel and my show, there's never anything negative. You will never see anything negative, because either A, if it is negative, I delete it immediately, and two, and there's no reason for it.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no reason for any of that crap.
Nope. The only person that's getting any satisfaction from it is the one saying it. Everyone else can't stand to look at it. It doesn't bring anybody else's vibe up.
Yeah, and one thing I love is another reason why I got away from the team setting is reputation. Like, I don't want to destroy, my team's reputation. Well, we don't have a team. It's just me and my wife.
Yeah.
So, and she's very blunt too. So she'll tell you how it is. It doesn't matter. And I called out people before, not by name, but I've said, like, there's somebody going around putting all these thumbs downs on my videos. I was like, you do realize that you're taking the time to watch my video to give me the down. You're having a reaction. You're also watching me, so you're actually helping me. So thank you.
Yeah, any kind of interaction is good.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. And like I said before, if you don't like what somebody's saying or doing, watch somebody else. It's not that big. Not that big a deal.
Yeah, it's
Right.
not like where there's only 4 or 5 networks to pick and choose from. Now it's like that's the beauty of YouTube is we don't have 4 and 5 different networks to choose from. Now there's like every channel is its own network, and you
Yep.
can choose what you want to watch.
Yep. And you don't have to. And that's one thing that I really love is like with a lot of the ability for us all to have shows and do different things. These people and these groups who would never in their life have a chance to voice their opinions or show their theories or their evidence, we now give them that opportunity to do it. And who knows, maybe some of these no-name teams will have that answer that we're all looking for. We never know.
Right. So have you ever been to a like an investigation and 2 worlds collided? Like, have you been hunting ghosts and all of a sudden a UFO is sighted above your head or anything like that?
Sadly, no. We have had a couple of cryptids pop in, investigating like a cemetery and stuff like that. We have seen a couple of cryptid shadows and EVP, like the growls and stuff like that. We've had those type of things show up. I've had a couple of fays or fairies show up. As far as like an actual UFO, like ET, no, sadly I haven't.
So do you think those are 2 different worlds?
Well, I don't want to say worlds, but fields. It's like demonology. It is a part of the paranormal, and cryptozoology is another part. It's just another branch of the paranormal tree. You have? Oh, she's seen one. She's seen this is
a
Savannah.
UFO?
An alien.
An alien? Like an ET entity?
It has to have been. I was walking up my driveway back when I was like 15 or so, and you could see through the trees, and this thing ran past, and it was like easily 7 feet tall, really long arms, just sprinting the other way that I was like, well, I was walking up this way, it was running up the other way through a field, and I could see it through the trees. And judging because I don't really know very many people that are 7 feet tall with really long arms. But
Yeah.
Not outside the NBA.
Right.
but it was also because where I lived at the time, it was like on a ranch, so it was like a closed off area where people can't. It's not like people can just come in there. It's like
Right.
a closed off area.
Yeah, hell of a ways for an NBA player to be out in the middle of the woods.
Right?
Get on the court.
Sorry for intruding on that.
No, you're good.
I'm gonna go run to the bathroom.
Yeah, have fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man, I wish I was on a road trip. I love road trips.
right?
I'm gonna be on one soon.
Where are you off to?
I'm actually gonna head down mid-April. Or late April. I'm gonna head down to North Carolina to do a little barbecuing and meet Chris Bledsoe. And I don't know if you know that guy's name.
Sounds familiar.
He's I don't even know how you'd explain Chris Bledsoe. He's an experiencer.
Well, that was Savannah.
Daily.
That's my wife's girlfriend, and she's never investigated, like formally investigated anything in the paranormal. So she wanted to check out the North Carolina. I was like, well, it's a hell of a way to start your paranormal career.
Yeah. Are you going to be anywhere near the Cape Fear River by chance?
Not sure, to be honest with you. I don't know the area very well.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it runs into the. I don't want to say that either. I'm assuming it runs into the ocean. It's kind of down by like Jacksonville, by the military base.
I don't know if I'll be that far. It's in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Oh, that's ironic.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
That's so crazy, dude. That is insane. That's where I'm going.
Oh, really?
This world is something else, man. I don't know how many times we've ran into like crazy synchronicities like this on this show.
Well, I mean, if you guys ever want a road trip, I'm hosting. We were talking about working together. I'm hosting what I'm calling Para Unity Day in September here in, well, not here in PA. I'm in Maryland, but in PA, and it's a 2-day event. The first day is September 26th. We're going to be hanging out at a local fair that's around here, where we're just going to basically hang out, chill, get all that nice fattening fair food, and just kind of chill, meet each other, promote teams, whatnot. And then the 27th, the next day, we're going to Gettysburg.
Oh, sweet. What day is this?
September 26th and 27th. I do have I think I have the event still on Paranormal Consultant on my Facebook page, but all the details are there. And then I'm also offering to help, if people need picked up from an airport, or you're looking for a place to stay, like a hotel or whatever, I'll help you out, because there's a couple of okay ones.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good time, actually. I've never been to Gettysburg.
A lot of people haven't, and I doing these shows, and you've probably heard this too, Gettysburg seems to be on everyone's bucket list. They want to go. So I figured, let's give them a reason. Let's, hang out. One thing we're definitely going to do is we're going to be going live, and I want to basically break the algorithm.
Yeah.
That's a goal of mine.
Have you been there before?
Gettysburg? Oh yeah. I've been to Gettysburg numerous times. When I was a kid, I had an experience there. I don't know if it was a reenactment or what, but we were playing hide and seek around Devil's Den, and right across the way there's like a little strip of wooded area. Well, I was hiding there, and I heard a cannon fire almost directly behind me that scared the living crap, but nobody else heard it.
What?
Nobody else heard it. Yeah, nobody heard it. I was the only one. I've seen what I thought was reenactors with my one team that I was running out here. We saw reenactors walking through this trail and then just disappeared. The energy there is just absolutely amazing. So, and I figured, you know what? Not everybody gets a chance to visit it, and everyone says they want to go, so screw it. Let's set up an event. Let's do it. And that's what I did.
That's awesome, dude. Are there spots there that are not tourist traps, or is pretty much everything like a tourist trap there now?
Well, it depends on what you want to do, to be honest with you, because I don't want to say anything negative against anybody, because I know people are just trying to do, make some money and stuff. But I don't do any of the tours. I'd rather just go and kind of hang out. Like, I'd rather do my own thing and explore on my own. Just because I've had some bad experiences with some ghost tours. And what I mean is, there was a guy who had an EMF meter right next to a power outlet and said it was a portal. And I'm like, dude, I'm an electrician, number one. And number two, I've been doing this a while. That's not a portal. That's called bleed off from that receptacle that you're 2 feet next to. And he swore up and down it was a portal. And then he took pictures of this tree. Now, mind you, in San Diego, right next to the ocean, took a picture of a tree, saw the orbs, and said it was all the spirits of people that were hung from this one tree. And I'm like, no, just let you be stupid. All right.
No, that's pretty cool though that you're an electrician and you can bring that expertise into the field too, because a lot of the stuff has to do with EMF. And people are like, "Oh, this is definitely what it is."
Well, when I do something 120%. And when I was in the Navy, I was a CB, construction battalion, and I'm an electrician. Construction electrician is what we're formally called. And I've always loved electricity. I love it. I absolutely love it. Just the joy for me to hook something up, turn a switch, and a light turns on. That to me is like, I did something. And I have a construction background, so like plumbing, carpentry, masonry, and it's amazing how those types of skills and mindsets can transfer over into the paranormal.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love it.
A lot of this stuff feels like it's electricity, and since we kind of all operate on that too, it's a wonder if they're also operating on something similar.
Well, you would be surprised on how many like fear cages and EMF cages that I've ran across. that all it was just a bad breaker or something going on electrically that was just can be easily debunked, or just a matter of where the main line is coming in from the house. People, they're saying, my daughter can't sleep here, she's uncomfortable. Well, yeah, no shit, she's sensitive to the electromagnetic field, and the main power is coming in right next to her bedroom, and her bed is right next to there. So no kidding, she can't sleep. So
I've thought about that before too, man, because I wonder if some people are just more sensitive than others, because I live in an apartment, and right outside the wall next to where my bedroom is like, what is it? It would be 8. There's 8 meters out there on the wall, all lined up. So I have no idea how I'm not getting crazy sightings or like weird activity going on in my bedroom, but maybe some people are just more sensitive to it than others.
I agree. I think we all experience EMF differently. For me personally, I can't be around a lot of high EMF. Being an electrician, this makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't be around a high amount of EMF for a long time because I get migraines, I feel nauseous, I get disoriented, and exactly EMF poisoning.
Oh.
That's what a lot of people were worried about with the new meters, with the meters that communicate right to the power companies, so that they don't need to have a meter reader come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a huge concern, and I was kind of thinking that some of it might have been placebo, because I don't know, I just can't see that many cases coming out with that problem. But yeah, there was a lot of people that as soon as they installed those new meters, they were having issues with balance and equilibrium and all kinds of stuff like that.
Well, I mean, you got to think, once you start adding even electronics to that, you're actually adding in to the EMF field. So it's very possible. It's very possible that's a lot of the cases. That's why whenever you do a walkthrough, I've always your plumbing, your electricity, and with your EMF meter to the main panel and find out how much EMF is coming out of that, because there's going to be some, but find out exactly how much.
Mm-hmm.
If you're if you're red flagging on both sides of the panel, you probably, if they're saying they have a lot of paranoia or migraines or feeling of being watched, more than likely there's EMF poisoning is what's going on. Not saying there isn't anything paranormal, but you got to look, again, it goes back to debunking. You have to look at that.
So have you ever walked into a property and just shut the power down right when you got there, just so that that's not even a factor?
I have on some occasions. That is something I don't usually do unless it's extreme.
Mm-hmm.
If I walk into the house or I get near that panel and I just can't do it. Now, you can't go out and obviously pull the meter itself, because without the proper permissions and licensing, that's really illegal. But you can hit that main breaker. You're still going to have some, but you got to remember too, if you do that, during an investigation, you better have a lot of batteries. But
yeah,
it would be something to try. I mean, if it's really bad and you're feeling sick and the team's feeling sick, or the client is that uncomfortable that they can't, test it out. Just tell them, say, hey, I want to try something, see what you think of it, kill the power to the whole house. Now, if you're not comfortable with electricity, don't touch it. Just leave it be. Those breakers actually explode.
A breaker that's just set, installed how it should be?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. That's why if you ever notice, the proper way they teach you to flip a breaker, even the smaller ones, is you turn your head to the side and then flip it. You don't
oh my God, dude.
Right,
I didn't know that. I've got these breakers at work. I shut them off all the damn time. Big. Like a breaker like this big with a big red lever on it that you got to try.
I just blew a DC. I just blew it's like a DC breaker. I just blew one out yesterday, and it shot sparks out of a sealed enclosed box right out of the bottom, Chad.
Oh,
Had
I'm
a
done
series
shutting
of
my machines
4
off
in
then.
line, and I blew one in the center.
I'm just imagining Sonny's fires in the garage.
Yeah, really. Can't be worse than
They're
that.
electric fires.
Dude, I didn't know that. I mean, on Fridays at the end of the shift, on Fridays, since nobody's running on the weekend, they have everybody shut their machines down. Like, we all go down and kill all of our breakers. I didn't realize, they don't tell us that sparks of God can shoot out at us.
Well, a breaker is basically another form of a switch, and if you do that for so long, you'll eventually wear out the internal like function of the breaker.
Mm-hmm.
Once that happens, you create an arc, which an arc ends up being something really bad.
And if you can do that big breaker slow enough, Chad, you can create an arc before it connects, and it'll really burn it up quick. Just go. It'll go.
Terry, I'm not going to be at work on Monday. My face melted. Yeah, that's scary. That's something new I'll take with me from now on. I'm not shutting my shit off. From now on, the leader can do it.
Well, if you have a concrete floor, just take your shoe or your boot off and make sure you're in direct contact there. No, don't do that. Don't do
I
that.
was going to say, wouldn't that be worse?
Yeah,
No.
make sure you lick your fingers before you reach in there.
Yeah. Put your hand in the sink first and then do it.
Actually, one of my nicknames in the military was multimeter because I never used one. Like regular 120, 240. Screw that. I don't have time to get a piece of equipment. I'll just and touch it.
Yeah.
120 is a tick.
220 hurts. I know they say that 110 is worse, but the 220 hurts. It makes like if I touch it with my hand, it makes my whole arm like lock up. It hurts afterwards.
Yep. You don't need coffee when you got 220 around.
Oh my God.
That'll wake you right up.
Oh, it wakes you right up.
That's crazy.
But
It definitely gives you this. It's almost like a little kid lesson. Like it makes you think, "Oh, I ain't gonna touch that again. Not ever again." It's like the first time you touched hot water. I ain't gonna do that shit again.
That's how you learn.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though, that's dangerous with electricity. You have to have respect for it because unlike like a fire that burns you from the outside in, electricity will cook you from the inside out. So some people they're holding on to it, you just think they're standing there, when in actuality they're getting cooked.
Oh yeah, I know all about that. I've had that happen to me. Well, I wasn't getting cooked. Maybe if I stood there a little bit longer, but my dad had this motorhome. It was like an old 1960s bus that was converted into a motorhome, just like the one Rosa Parks was on, actually. And in the back of it, they turned it into a diesel pusher. So the engine was in the back, and they had these stainless steel pipes that went right up. The exhaust pipes were just right out the back. And it was parked in the garage before it was concrete. And I was walking around in the garage barefoot, walking around on sand, and I reached down to lean against the motorhome, and it wasn't grounded. It was just plugged into the wall. My dad actually had just the wires. There was no plug even on the cord. It was just the two wires jammed into the outlet. And a little temporary action going on there. But yeah, I leaned against it, and all my body weight was going with gravity. So I was just sitting there, and I couldn't move. All I could do was scream. I was just like, Dad! Oh. And he came running from across the room and tackled me like a football player.
When you get hit with enough juice.
Because he was like, I didn't want to hold on to you because then I'd probably be holding on to you. I'd be stuck there too. So he was like, I just went with all my body weight from across the room, just brought me right down to the ground.
I'd have poured water on you. Don't touch that no more.
He could have shot me with bird shot to get me off that thing, and I would have been happy, man. I couldn't move.
Like a football.
Man,
it was scary. I don't want to have that.
Crazy what happens when you're young like that.
Yeah, it's basically being tased by Rosa Parks bus. That's my story. Man, where'd Matt go? It was cool when Matt was here.
He's locked up.
Matt, are you there, bud? Yeah, that explains me, Fap. You must have really got hit by something real big to explain you.
Chad, did you get the latest gas prices I texted you last night?
Yeah, $6.99 a gallon.
You like that?
Yeah, I think I'd be riding my mountain bike.
That's what I had to pay yesterday.
Oh, we got two Matts. What's up, two Matts?
One of those numbers again? Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Oh, okay, there we go. You're clearer now. The second
Yep.
Matt's more clear than first Matt.
Oh, that's good. At least one of us.
Hey, Matt, is the Navy the reason that you have the San Diego connection?
Yes.
You were in the Navy?
I was born and raised in Pennsylvania, middle of state, good old country boy. And when I joined the military, I started branching out. I went to Chicago area for Great Lakes for my boot camp. Then they sent me to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri by accident. Well, that's a whole nother story. And then they sent me to Wichita Falls, Texas for my A school, where I learned to be basically a lineman, an electrician, a bunch of other things they taught us. And then when we were up for orders, we were all sitting there and they were saying where we were all going. And when they told me San Diego, they were surprised. They're like, why do you get such a cushy job in your first deployment? Like, how are you assigned such a great spot? I'm like, well, at least I'll be near LA. You know, I've been to LA. They're like, no. You're closer to Mexico. I went, what? They're like, yeah, you're like right next to Mexico. I went, oh, crap.
But what base were you on?
I was on Coronado, the amphib base in Coronado.
Oh,
Stationed
nice.
at ACB 1, Amphibious Construction Battalion 1. And
I showed Chad the bridge the other day.
What's that?
I showed Chad the bridge the other day because that's where I live.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Over in Coronado.
Well, no, I don't live in Coronado, but I live in San Diego County.
Oh, okay.
Be right
Okay.
back, Chad.
Whereabouts, if you don't mind?
No, I live up in Carlsbad in the North County.
Oh, okay. Okay. How far are you from the mall up there? The outlets?
Oh, that's right around the corner.
I love those
right
outlets. Too rich for my blood, but I love checking it out. It made me feel rich.
Right next to the flower fields, Legoland.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. I know exactly where you're
Beautiful.
I lived in La Mesa, Lemon Grove area for a little bit. I actually worked at a bar in Lemon Grove called Dirk's Nightclub. I lived in El Cajon for a while. I lived down in National City area, Imperial Beach area. But yeah, beautiful. Absolutely.
I was telling Chad I used to live down in the South Bay, like kind of like you said, Imperial Beach area.
Yeah.
And then I would always take that trail down the Silver Strand, and I would ride from IB down to the Coronado Hotel del Coronado.
Okay, yeah. Actually, the Hotel Del has a lot of great activity. Kate Morgan at the Hotel Del. I've actually seen her. I actually saw her. I didn't get a chance to investigate. They wouldn't let us in. But I was right there. I don't know. You know where the Dog Beach is?
Yeah.
Right before the base?
Yep.
So for those of you who don't know, there's two different beaches right there in Coronado. Well, there's a couple of them, but there's like a regular beach, and then they have a pet beach where you can bring your dog and hang out, let the dog do its thing. Well, I was out on a run, left base, went up to the beach, ran to the other gate of North Island, was on my way back, and I just started thinking about the paranormal. And I look up and I see this female up in the cupola, like over on the balcony, just chilling out. And I'm like, dang, she's pretty cute. And I was like, I like her. She's pretty cute. And I looked down real quick because I had to, step down off that one curb. And I looked back up and she was gone. And it was like, you're talking maybe 10 seconds. And this area that she was on, I would have seen her. But she was completely gone. And it wasn't until I started doing research and I saw a picture of Kate Morgan, I was like, holy crap, that was her.
That's amazing, man. That's an awesome story.
Oh, I love Kate Morgan's story.
So have you also been to the Whaley? You must have been to the Whaley house. I think you might have said that earlier.
I got an EVP and I had a full-blown conversation with Thomas Whaley.
Whoa! See, everybody that doesn't know, Whaley House is considered San Diego's big haunted house. It's in our Old Town area.
Oh,
yeah, it's world famous. That's why when he said it, I knew where he was talking about.
Yeah, it's insane how small this world is. I can't believe this whole time he's traveling, he's like, oh yeah, I'm heading down to Wilmington, North Carolina.
Yeah, this guy's living the life.
Interesting. Out of all the cities in the country, you're heading to Wilmington, which is
Isn't
where
that wild?
Chris lives.
Oh, Josh would love the synchronicities in that.
Yeah, man. Josh lives in there's Wilmington and then there's Fayetteville. I believe Josh lives in Fayetteville. And Chris lives in Wilmington.
Yeah.
So he's going to do some paranormal investigating in a spot that hosts one of the world's most experienced experiencers.
It's major activity going on over there.
Anyway,
Hey, Matt, welcome back.
thanks.
Hey, we got another Matt. How's it going there, buddy? Good to see you.
Matt.
Second star
We
survival.
got two
Matt.
Matts.
Two Matts in the house. So, dude, we were talking about Wilmington. What draws you to Wilmington? Is there...
Well, like I said, I got this program for multiple teams and groups to be a part of. And with these podcasts, I met some really amazing groups and teams. And one of them is a guy named Jonathan Myers. He runs a team called Crossover Paranormal, Crossover Paranormal Society, COPS. We were all talking about, meeting up for an investigation and doing different things. And him and another gentleman who is called a MJC Paranormal, his name's Mason, they were talking to me about this battleship. And I said, man, that'd be really cool to go. I said, being a Navy man, that's, a little nostalgia for me. And next thing I know, I'm being invited to go. And I'm like, when I looked at my wife and I said, we got to go. We got to take time off. So it's been a couple months in the works and a lot of planning, but I'm excited.
Yeah, it's just, we were talking about it when you were gone for a minute there that the guy that I'm going to hang out with, Chris Bledsoe, down in Wilmington, North Carolina, he just happens to be one of the most highly, I don't even know how you would say it. He sees a lot of stuff in the sky very often, almost daily. And he can be in his house sitting on his couch watching the Kardashians or whatever, and all of a sudden, hey, we need to go outside. They're out here. They're above us right now. And just walk out there and show his whole family.
I'll have to keep my eyes open, man.
Yeah, man, you're heading to a pretty hot spot there. And that's why I asked about. That's why I asked about the Cape Fear River, is because Chris had a sighting there with his son Chris Jr. And then Josh, who we know is on the show a lot, Trippy Times Josh, he had his first sighting at the Cape Fear River. So if you happen to have any time to go over and just walk through the woods maybe, or walk by the river and just hang out for a minute.
Yeah. Maybe I'll even tell Jonathan, maybe I'll suggest putting a camera, taking one of the cameras from the DVR system and just pointing it out.
I highly recommend it. Dude, you got to go there, man.
Man, I'm excited now. I was thinking, well, and here's the other thing, I'm really excited about. I'm very different when it comes to investigating. What I think is if you're in a location, you hear a knock, or you ask for a knock and you get one, you get a direct response. Most investigators have two reactions: either they thank them, say thank you for that, I appreciate that, can you do it again? Other people might just get up and start walking towards that. Not me. I'll run. I'll be like, no, get back here. Come here. Do it a little louder. Let's go. And I'll challenge them. And I'll get that energy up. And I'll make it fun for me and for the investigators and for the spirits. I want them to know that they don't have to be shy. I want you to do this. I kind of egg them on in a sense.
Yeah.
So I've already warned Jonathan and them. I said, you're going to see me running around like an idiot. I get any response. Let's go.
Eddie says Wilmington is Orb City. Yeah, you guys might want to spend some time looking up at the sky this time when you're over there.
I'm excited. Well, we're going down. We don't start investigating until tomorrow. I've got 2 live videos planned. One's going to be a walkthrough around 5 or 6 p.m. Eastern time, and then from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. we're going to be live for the investigation for that interactive live feed.
Okay.
But so tonight we really don't have much going on besides just hanging out and relaxing. So maybe we'll check some stuff out.
I'm just gonna check the. What is this for? This is for trying to see what your skies are gonna look like. Oh, okay. Friday, rain, not good. That sucks. But still, I mean, you can. They don't discriminate with weather. I don't think.
I wouldn't assume so, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe if your intentions are good and you guys go out there at a good, decent time, maybe with the same idea, maybe you'll see something.
Maybe I can bribe them with something, get like some food or something.
Yep. I don't know. I've heard that with cryptids, but I've never heard that with aliens.
Hey, why not? Like we said earlier, not an exact science, so let's try it.
Yeah, I mean, you can try for sure.
Just set a full size like buffet spread out.
You'll just attract me down there if you do that.
Nah,
The taco bar.
Back in, man.
Wilmington, North Carolina. Okay.
Smell it all the way out in Carlsbad area.
Man, I was just going back to what Sonny said about gas out in California being $6.99 a gallon. I hope you're not experiencing something similar to that where you're at right now.
Well, I haven't seen around where I'm at now, but I know back home it's averaging $4.40.
Oof.
Oh, that's actually low nowadays.
Yeah, that's nice here.
That's a good deal.
I paid $4.35 this morning.
We paid $4.35 when we fueled up this morning.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. After Sonny sent me that price this morning, I knew it was coming this way, so I was only at a half tank, but I gassed up on the way home. Like, well, if it's $4.35 right now, it's going to be $7 tomorrow. So
I don't blame you.
Yeah, 8 gallons was $60 yesterday to top off my tank.
Hey, now this is a pretty credible guy right here. He's telling you to look up at the sky tonight around 9 p.m. I'm feeling you're going to see something tonight.
All right. Yeah, definitely. I should be. Well, let's see. I'm going to be there by 5:07, so I'll definitely have time. Definitely.
Hey, Anthony, can you tell us one more time what's your favorite spot in the sky to look up at as far as the constellations? And
Spooky, that got me last night too, man, because we had just got done talking about that. I pull up into work, get out of my truck, and I always just look up at the sky once or twice before I walk in there. The first constellation I see every single time, I always just look right up, and there's Orion looking right back at me. It's so crazy.
yeah,
Walk out of my apartment, no matter what time it is, I just look up at a random spot in the sky, and Orion's there. So crazy. But yeah, that happened again last night on the way walking into work. Just like, man.
That's how I know where everything's at. I find Orion's belt, and then
Yeah, I still have it on my Note 10. That's the one this one is. But I had a Sky Map, I think it's called, where it'll actually show you the constellations and the planets and even the ISS. I think that's awesome. I think it's really cool to have that.
Yeah, I've got something similar. The one that I got had a bunch of ads, and I think for $1.99 you can get the full app. But I've been using that for a few years now, and it even has like if you think you're spotting the International Space Station, it's got that on there too.
Nice.
Yeah, and it even has a few different select satellites too. Not all of them, obviously, but the one that I use is called Skyview.
Skyview. Okay.
Yep.
Check that out.
Well, that was weird.
whoa!
Did I just leave and come back on your guys' end?
You didn't do that on purpose.
I didn't do that.
I thought that was me.
That was not me. I didn't do that.
We're talking about stuff we shouldn't be talking about.
Yeah, this
Bobby.
happened on another channel. It was Bobby. That's what it is. Bobby came in. What's up, Bobby? Bobby reads cards and stuff when she was on here, and every time she's on here, our cell phones and stuff get all screwed up.
Sounds like me. I'm known to have technical problems, as you can see. I don't have to be in studio.
I'm gonna put myself back up there.
I'm gonna be back where I was too then.
Start moving everybody around.
But no, Spooky, you were talking about Whaley House.
Yeah.
I actually had a chance to sit down and chat with Thomas Whaley.
Man,
I had a
unbelievable.
DVP and SB7 conversation with a spirit claiming to be Thomas Whaley.
Amazing, man. So what was that experience like?
He's actually pretty laid back. Like he's a little upset from what. So to give you a backstory, so we were sitting on the porch right there in the Whaley house, and there was nobody around, no tours going on. We just decided let's just pull out the SB7, pull out a recorder, let's have some fun. And this spirit came over, this male spirit came over, and we said, "Who are you?" And it said Thomas. And we're like, "Okay, Thomas, do you prefer Tom or Thomas?" It said Tom, and I went, "Okay, great." I was like, "Tom, what's your last name?" And it said Whaley. And I said, "Just to verify, are you saying we're at the Whaley house, or is your last name Whaley?" And it said Thomas Whaley.
Amazing.
And
I don't know if you've looked that up, Chad, but the Whaley House is in San Diego. Spelled like the whale, like a whale,
but
just with a Y.
what's that?
You're breaking up a little bit, Matt, and I was just telling Chad he might want to check out the Whaley House on the net.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now.
But
Trying to. Not Waffle House, Whaley House.
we were. It's a great location, really great location. A lot of activity.
It's one of the best parts of San Diego is the Old Town area.
This
Worldwide
is an
known
Old Town San Diego.
as the most haunted house in America. It's recognized for its historical significance in Old Town San Diego.
You can go get your spirit on, and then you can have some margaritas and the best Mexican food you ever had, too.
How are you not
That's
there all the
right
time,
across
Spooky?
Go right across the street.
I used to pretty much be there.
Same.
We used
Spent a lot of time
to
there.
be there
Yep.
every Sunday. We would go to this one restaurant with the umbrellas in the courtyard. It'd have the best Mexican food every Sunday.
Yep, the one literally like a block away from the Whaley.
Yeah,
right across
our favorite restaurant was called Casa de Pico.
Casa de Pico. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
This sounds really cool. You'll have to tell me if you know of any place like this in Michigan. I'd like to go to a place like this. I just don't get on airplanes too often. Now open for guided tours. Oh, dude, that's what I was going to ask you about I forgot that I brought that up about Gettysburg, about the tourist traps. And you said the same thing that I have the same opinion that when I go to something like that, I want to be the only person there. And when I looked up some Gettysburg stuff, it was all like, sign up for this tour bus, sign up for this bus, sign up for this tour. And I'm just like, man, I just picture a bunch of lines and a bunch of people and garbage everywhere. And
I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of these tours are really good, and more power to them. They're very knowledgeable, especially on the history side of it. But as far as the paranormal is concerned, I would say probably find yourself a team. Find yourself a team to work with, to network with, or just one. I mean, there's certain parts of the battlefield you can't walk around at night. Security does get a little upset about you doing that.
yeah.
But it is a good spot to just go. I mean, you can witness stuff during the day. I mean, it's good. It's just a great area just to wander. Like, I suggest to people go to the battlefield during the day when you're allowed to get the full experience. Take some reporters with you, some EMF, SB7 if you want. And then once the park closes down, go downtown, because even downtown has a lot of history too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of had the same idea about, I got into that HBO show, Deadwood.
Okay.
And I looked into the same thing there, and Deadwood seems to be, I had the same opinion about that place as I wanted it to just be like I wanted it to be the way it used to be and not changed. But now that it's like a really well-known spot, now you look it up and it's like restaurants and bars and gift shops and
yeah, that was something we just talked about on my show. Actually, yesterday's show. Nadine and Sam from Sundown Paranormal UK, we were talking about some locations that cities have come in and either demolished, and they're ruining some of these investigative spots. And to me, I firmly believe that a lot of these historical buildings need to be protected. Like, I know there's a big thing going around about Waverly Hills. Stuff like that, I think they need to be protected by historical societies. And I think it's our job as, paranormal investigators to preserve history. I think that there should be a group or somebody to network with a historical society to help protect these locations. Because what's going to happen if they all get taken over or destroyed or we lose them? What's going to happen to our field? So future investigators will have a chance to experience these great locations.
Yeah, and if it's not you guys that cares about it, who else would?
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially like an abandoned building or something that somebody might still own, but they just don't use anymore. And, a lot of that kind of stuff becomes like an insurance issue and a liability problem. So it's like you need a group like you guys that's passionate about what you do to save a place like that.
Well, and see, here's the thing. Like, a lot of people say these like abandoned buildings and stuff, and I agree. Some are very dangerous to go in and investigate. The foundation, floors, stuff like that, and liabilities. I get that, and I understand that. But I personally believe that if you're going to have, if you buy a location, you don't need to fix it up to completely renovate it to make it look brand new. Just maintain it. Maintain it to where it's safe to investigate for people, if that's what you want to do. Like, you don't need to spend millions of dollars to renovate and make it like the day it opened or the day it was constructed. Just make it safe.
Hey, just got a question popped up in my head. Do you think a place has to be, like, does something bad have to happen at a spot for it to be haunted? Or can it? Okay.
See, my belief is anything can cause activity, positive or negative. Case in point, a lot of clients, their family members come back. Yeah, they may not have a negative experience. They could have lived a great life. But they could be coming back to, again, say, hey, I'm okay, whatever. And it's nothing negative. There's no trauma or anything like that. It just, they have that connection. And that's what it is. It's that connection with the location.
Yeah, that's interesting. I never thought about that before. How something could be, it's everything's energy. So just because negative energy might draw somebody there doesn't mean that positive energy wouldn't. That makes a lot of sense. So like if somebody had like a really cool celebration and that was the happiest time of their life, that would be another reason for them to come back to that same spot.
Yeah. And that's another reason, like I said, we're trying to find the what happens after death. Maybe some people haunt locations and spirits haunt locations because they're just that happy. That's the time they remember. That's the time they like a hunting cabin. Say an uncle or a father passes and they had a hunting cabin. They love that hunting cabin. It's not their main house, but that's where they love to spend their time. Maybe they're haunting that because that's where they're most comfortable. That's where they're the happiest. They don't want to impede or they don't want to scare their family, so they'll go to somewhere they enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
Man. What do you think about reincarnation?
Okay, I don't know if we have time for this. So, so to put it shortly, first of all, I'm a Christian. I'm an ordained Christian minister.
Wow.
I do practice Wicca, some pagan, Taoism, like Chi energy and stuff like that. I like to feel like I'm pretty well rounded with different religions. In my studies, I feel like that maybe the religions, and I said maybe, so if anybody gets upset with me, I said maybe.
Hey, this is a safe place.
I feel like maybe, right? I feel like maybe all religions are actually the same. Like, one theory
Oh man, YouTube didn't like what you had to say, man. Or somebody didn't.
Oh, Jessica's in the chat.
Yeah.
Morning, Jessica. Or hello. Good afternoon. What's up?
Afternoon already? What do we got? 11:35 over here, Eastern Standard Time. Oh, I'm sorry, Nightmare. Hopefully it wasn't something we said.
Oh man.
Man, I don't think I've had any anxiety attacks lately, but I've definitely had anxiety. You got to stay away from the damn news, I'll tell you that. Just keep watching YouTube videos about paranormal stuff, guys. We'll get through it. It's all consciousness burritos.
Ooh, man, don't get me hungry.
Consciousness burritos? Where do you buy those at? Gotta shut the truth up. Practice it all. Why not smush them all together and poof, voila, answers. Yeah, you know, I think everything is part of the same thing. If everything is on a vibratory scale, that's why I'm thinking if you look at like a radio and you've got the whole AM FM band, you know, I think everything is on that band. Like aliens are over here, then you go up a little bit higher. Well, actually, I think paranormal, like ghosts and stuff, I think those maybe a little bit lower on the frequency. Yeah, frequency, for sure, man. Yeah, they might be a little bit lower vibration, and then you get a little bit higher, and you get up to like ETs, get a little bit higher than that, and who knows, but...
Oh, he's back.
How's it going, man?
Oddly enough, I just crossed over the Virginia border when I lost everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought you were just getting into something really interesting and confidential or something.
Mm-hmm.
No. But no, I feel like that there's a possibility that all religions could be tied together, because just like with the game telephone, where you say one thing and you pass it around to the group, by the time it gets back, it's completely different.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's kind of the same way. So I feel like reincarnation is kind of like a try again to get into heaven, in a sense. So basically, we're living in a quote unquote hell. And if we don't pass this test, maybe we get reincarnated back to try again.
Man.
To put it the shorter version, of course. Like there's more to this, but that's the short version. And then once we pass that test, or we're awaiting a judgment, then we go into a limbo state. Like we go to this next stage of life, which is going to be, you know, where the spirits are. Is that we're living it, and that's where we await judgment, which makes sense to me because that's why we cross over. We're not crossed over; we just go to a judgment, and either A, we get reincarnated back to try again, or we go to heaven. Like I said, that's just the short version. It's my theory. It's an idea. There's a little bit more to this, so I mean, forever.
From talking to the people in the community, that's a very common idea, common belief. So you're not the only one. And I've thought that too, you know, like I've always thought, even before I got into this, I've always kind of thought that this was just one chapter of a big book. Like we're just and I never really thought of it before, but the more I talk to people, this does feel like it's a judgment zone. Like
you mean
like
the more your
said.
consciousness opens?
Yes, the more my third eye opens up. Yeah, Earth School. Like this isn't a place for us to all hang out and have fun and just enjoy life. I think this is a place to do work and to learn from our mistakes. And you know, I think every generation has these times where we're like, "Oh my God, the world's coming to an end, and how could it get much worse?" And we're all just being so bad to each other. But like if you look through all the different generations, it seems like every generation's had a period like that where it's like, this is a judgment time. This is a judgment time. And then there's never been like a time where everything's cool, man. So that would make sense that this is just a place that you go to make mistakes, learn from other people's mistakes, learn what's good, what's not good, how everything affects you differently. And then, you know, figure out what you need to figure out and then move to the next step, you know, the next chapter.
Yeah. And, you know, I've even told people, like, I don't want to say I do grief counseling, but I have helped people, you know, deal with death. I do tell them, you know, this isn't the end. This isn't the only thing that's going to happen to us. there's something else out there. So if you think about it, like for me, for example, I completely out of love Pikachu, by the way. I actually have a Pikachu. Well, number one, I got a Pikachu hat. I got a Pikachu
Synchronicities.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Gotta
Yeah.
catch him.
Do you know this person? Do you know Nicole?
No, I just saw a Pikachu and I was
God,
like,
that's
yes,
so crazy.
love Pikachu. I actually have a Pikachu tattoo on my leg.
Whoa.
Well, you got one too, Chad?
No, it's just crazy that there's a Pikachu in the chat right now. And you got a Pikachu hat on. It's just crazy. Synchronicities are nuts, man. Like today, I saw 333 probably 4 times, and then I saw 111 on the way home. Just
Shit.
like, good lord, man.
Oddly enough, I call my wife Umbreon.
What's that?
I call my wife, her pet name is Umbreon.
Embryo.
Oh, I,
Another
Wow.
Pokemon.
oh, see, I don't get the reference. God, I need to be
I'm a
more.
nerd.
Dude,
I'm a nerd.
this
but,
gets brought up a
Came to
lot
the
on
right
here.
spot.
Yeah, this gets brought up a lot on here. I don't get any references to any movies or anything.
But no,
I like
I've
that.
told people I don't do like group counseling with them, but I always tell them, in my experiences, this isn't it. Not to take this out of context, please, but in a way, studying the paranormal, I'm actually jealous of those who have passed on. I really am, and I'm not saying I want to die to find out, but it does take that sting of death away a little bit. Like, yeah, physically they're not here, but obviously there's something else going on. So I know my loved ones, my friends are somewhere else. They're somewhere else. There's something else going on. So I will see them again. Now, in what capacity, I don't know, but we'll figure out.
Yeah. Dude, Matt says Chad has a Pikachu on his left cheek from college.
We're gonna need to see the proof for that.
No, that's on the Patreon. You got to pay for that.
That's on the OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Only Chads.
Wow, man. Eddie Haskell says, I just know Matt will be with Chris Bledsoe on this trip. That's the second person in the chat that thinks you're going to experience something, man.
Hey, I'm excited. I know there's some people who just study cryptozoology and just study the paranormal or demonology. Me, I'm all about all of it. So someone tells me, hey, Bigfoot's been hanging out in my backyard. Well, guess what? Pop a 10, I'm coming. Like, I don't care. Like, let's check him out.
Yeah.
And as bad as this sounds, if I had to take a side, I think we're going to find more proof of extraterrestrial life first before Bigfoot or any other cryptid. I have that feeling. I don't know
ET before anything else?
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm leaning towards.
Do you
'Cause I
think they've been...
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, do you think that they've been here the same... Well, I know time is a human construct, but do you think that they've been here around the same time that we have?
Honestly, I think that they're still around, just in a different capacity. Like, I'm not saying like Men in Black type stuff, but like I don't feel like every random like third or fourth person is an alien. But I think that their technology has advanced enough, or is advanced enough, to where they're either A, hiding in plain sight, or two, they backed off a little bit and they're watching from a distance. Because if you think about it, there's been so many cultures throughout history that have talked about angels, angelic beings, chariots in the skies, all this other stuff throughout history. You cannot tell me that it's just coincidental. There had to have been something that they've seen in the sky, and it's not, Delta Airlines or Southwest flying over. It's not that.
So are we them? You think?
Maybe it's like a Stargate. Have you ever seen the show Stargate SG-1?
No.
Maybe we're just a collective of just random beings thrown into one planet. Maybe it's a show. Maybe we're all part of
The Truman Show?
something like that. Yeah, but
That's what Grant says.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
We're all on a stage.
Grant Cameron says that.
Yeah, this is a stage we're on. We're in a play.
Who knows? Maybe we're just a big TV show for extraterrestrials to watch. Like on the South Park episode.
It's called Human School.
There you go.
Episode 2022.
What did they do now? I can just say it.
Yeah, really. Jeez. It is pretty crazy to see all the stuff that we've done just in a very short amount of time.
Yeah. I mean, I like, people have always asked, do I believe in extraterrestrials and stuff like that? It's like, honestly, if you think about it, there's billions and billions of galaxies that we know of, and there's probably so many more that we don't know of. How arrogant is it for us to say that we're, number one, the smartest, and number two, we're the only?
Yeah, that's just straight up arrogance and ignorance, man.
Yeah, it's ego.
It is ego. It really is.
We're
Where do we
smarter
get
than everybody.
Yeah, I don't know where we get that from. I mean, is that something that we need? Do we need a certain amount of ego to keep progressing? And sometimes it just goes overboard.
It's just a lack of evolution. I mean, we're just so far down still. We need to evolve, man.
Yeah. That's the thing, is we think we're the epitome of everything, but
collectively, I mean, there's a lot of people that are way more evolved than others right here on this planet already, but as a group, as a mass planet, we need to evolve.
Yeah.
Together.
Mm-hmm.
Ascension.
Now, I don't think ego is always a bad thing. It's just like ego to me is kind of like a tool. It's how you use it.
Yeah.
Like, you have to have some sort of self-worth or, self-preservation, or have a little bit of ego to better yourself and want to better yourself and better your opportunity. That's fine. But when you take it too far, just like anything else, that's when it becomes, negative.
What we're talking about is ego and how it relates to how you deal with other people and other living things. Not so much about how you feel about yourself. That's what I call self-esteem.
Yes.
Ego, what we need to break down ego is so that we can all start treating each other better.
Yeah, this whole I'm better than you are stuff needs to go.
Well, it comes back to equality, what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, again, even in the paranormal field, we all have our benefits and we all have our strengths that we all need to play off of. Like, someone's strengths may be someone else's weakness, and vice versa. You never know.
It takes a village.
Yeah, and that's where all this para-unity comes about. Is, again, if we all work together on it, we will get the answers we're looking for, and we might even better ourselves, better our situation, and better our community. And who doesn't want positivity in their community?
Right on, brother. Because it's all about us. There's so much power if we all work together. We just don't. We make it so difficult, but it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, and I've even said that before. Like, I call these people Hollywood investigators or groups or shows or whatever that have, let's just say somebody has 2 million followers on their Facebook or YouTube. That's great. Good for them. But maybe as a collective, as a community, we have 5 million. There's power in numbers. You know what I mean? So why not? Why not support each other? I'm not saying these Hollywood types are bad people, but promote it. Like, promote it properly. Make sure you're promoting your community properly, because you only got to those 2 million subscribers because of the 2 million, not because of just you. You did it because of the people who follow you.
There you go. Yes.
And I feel like a lot of people have lost focus on that.
Yeah, sometimes I think it's easier to break stuff down into like a micro scale. And I look at it like if all of us were to go camping and we all went to the same campsite, it's almost like each person is trying to start their own fire by themselves instead of just all coming together, collecting all the same amount of wood and coming into the middle of the campsite and just working together to start the fire. It's like we're all just trying to start our own little fires, and everyone's struggling with their own fires. And it's like, dude, if we all just work together, we could have one big fire and everything would be fine.
100%. 100%. And like I said, that's why I fully believe in para-unity. And like with my P3 program and a couple other things, people were saying, I'm like this leader. It's like, no. Let me straighten this one out real quick, because like with my P3 program, I don't run it. I don't run my program. The teams run it. They promote themselves. They put their evidence out there. They ask for help. They support each other. That's what it's about. I just started it. I just set it up.
Mm. Sweetly Morbid Bear says, alone we are gifted, together we are powerful.
So true. I mean,
100%.
Man, that's a good tattoo right there.
But first you have to learn humility, and that's the part that people struggle with.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Each one teach one.
But in fairness, we're fostered into this society where everything's about dog eat dog and about competing against the next guy. Trying to up the other guy, be better than.
See, to me, like I made a pact with, I talked about Scott Morton earlier, and everybody that I've had on my show, and anybody that I've interacted with in this field, I tell them flat out, I will give you a shout out. I will bring you along. I don't care how popular I get. You're coming with me. Because that's the thing, like Mason from MJC Paranormal, Crossover Paranormal, Foreign Air Society, Paratime Investigations, and so many others. That's where my roots are. And my fans and my audience, they're the ones who promote me. They're the ones who build me up. They're the ones who should get all the credit. They're the ones who deserve it. It's not me. I'm just an idiot that has access to the internet and the camera. It's the people that make you popular. It's the people that make you successful. And why shouldn't we all do it together? If they're willing to do it for you, why not do it for them?
Preach.
I love these interactive shows. I love, I'll share people out and everything like that because of what you're doing right now. You are promoting the chat.
Yeah, man.
Those are people that I want to follow.
Yep. I'm starting to like my fire analogy even more and more the more I think about it. It's like, if we're all out here just doing our own thing, we're not going to be successful alone.
Change to Chad Fuego.
Chad Fuego. Yeah, man. It takes a village. We all have to come together.
100%. 100%.
Just like, with you being an electrician, you've got skills that you could bring to the table. Other people have other skills they can bring to the table, and everyone working together can make something happen, but it's not going to work if we're just all out by ourselves trying to make stuff work on our own.
Because, and we see what I don't want to say bothers me, but kind of makes me scratch my head is, in everybody that I've spoken with, or I've seen a podcast of, we all seem to be in agreement there's no experts in this field. Well, if that's the case, then why are people acting like it? The ones who are promoting para-unity, who are promoting that there are no experts in the field, are very egotistical. So why are you being a hypocrite?
Yeah.
If you really say you are for para-unity and you want to work with people and you care about the community, then step up, show it. Show you are there for the community.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay to get more followers. It's okay to get more subscribers. That's perfectly fine. But understand that each and every one of them have an opinion, have a thought. People who have helped you out deserve a little respect.
Yeah.
And you should work with people. Don't sit there and say to people, I've seen it. I've only been doing my show for about 1.5 years now, or just over a year. And I've seen it so many times that you get groups out there that promote para-unity and promote helping other people. They have no follow through. I'm sorry, that's disgusting. Don't be a hypocrite. If you're going to promote something, you're going to get on here because you're just giving people false hope, and you're hurting the field more than anything.
I like what Nas is saying here. If you spent every second of life in study, you would die with less than 1/1,000,000th of 1% of the knowledge of just humanity, meaning you know nothing. When you know nothing, ego is a security blanket.
Yep. True statement.
Preach. Yeah, man. We get to talking about ghosts and UFOs, and next thing you know, we're having like a really cool conversation of human issues. I love it.
See, that's why I don't script any of my shows, because I never
Oh yeah.
have ideas on what I want to talk about, but I never like sit there and script anything, because who knows what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah. No, we haven't scripted anything yet so far, because it would probably be worse than if we just go off this.
With your memory, yeah.
What memory?
You wouldn't be able, you wouldn't remember the script. You wouldn't remember the opening.
I'd have to have it right in front of me.
Yeah, I would like pictures in a pop-up or a coloring book or something. Just pull tab.
No, Chad would have those cue cards. Somebody would have to be holding the cue card for him.
I'd have to have Jake over here with cue cards. Welcome to the Chad Smith podcast. What day is it? Hold up the date.
I always tell people I'm lucky I know where I'm at. I don't know what day it is. Every
Dude,
time I pay attention, I go in debt.
Have you ever driven somewhere and when you get there, you're like, how did I get here? I don't even remember turning all those turns and stopping at the stop signs and stuff. Did I even stop at those red lights? Or
I actually distinctly remember one day in high school, I was a senior. I remember waking up. I remember getting dressed. And I kind of remember walking downstairs. But the next time I realized what was going on, I was in the parking lot of the school. About a half hour, 45 minutes away. Don't remember anything. I'm like, hoping the day goes this quick.
Do you think you were just meditating or something, or do you think you had missing time?
I think I was just an idiot kid. Stayed up too late.
Man.
Just went through the motions.
Dude, I just remembered this. My friend, my old roommate, came over the weekend and brought his, what is he, 3 years old? I think he's 3 or 4 years old. His 4-year-old son over. I've never met him before, so I was sitting there talking to him, asking him about UFOs and aliens. Because I keep hearing that kids can see stuff until they're around 6 or 7. So I asked him, and he's like 4 years old and super innocent, sitting there watching Ice Age on TV, and I just brought it up randomly. I'm like, hey, I said, I had this in my hand. I said, you ever seen these before? Yep. I'm like, you seen UFOs? You seen stuff in the sky? Yep. And then I started asking him about aliens. I said, where do you see aliens? He goes, I don't remember what he said to that. I said, do you see them inside? Nope. I said, do you see them outside? Yep. And I said, how many have you seen? 3. I'm like, 3 at one time? Yep. So I just started asking him questions that, because I wanted to see if he was just constantly saying yep. So I was like, was it square? No, not square. I'm like, round? Yep. Round UFO. There's so many questions I was asking him, and I'm like, this is getting to be really crazy.
I'm glad you actually said that, because some people have asked me, like, whenever, like, I help teams, like, train and, like, to do team building or stuff like that for investigating and stuff. And one question I get asked was, what about the kids? Do you interview kids? I said, absolutely. I don't care. If they can talk, I'm going to chat with them. I want to talk with them, because they're like little alcoholics. They don't care about people's thoughts or opinions. They'll tell you straight how it is.
Exactly.
And if you really want to know the truth in any type of residential, talk to the kids.
Yeah, that's why it was really freaking me out, because I knew, especially when I asked him if it was square and he said no, that's when I was like, well, if it was a kid that just wanted my approval, he would have said, yep, square, yep. But yeah, that was a pretty cool little interview with a 4-year-old.
My daughter's 6 and she's still very blunt.
Still what?
Very blunt.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, she'll tell me exactly how she feels. She
And
doesn't care.
does she see stuff in the sky?
She hasn't said anything to me about it.
Mm-hmm.
Although she did, my cat passed away. I had to put my cat down just over a year ago. And she has told me that her cat still comes and sleeps with her every once in a while.
Huh.
And she doesn't know anything about the field. She doesn't. I haven't brought her into it yet. But she
Oh,
told me, I was like, "Do you miss her name?" My cat's name was Tweety. I said, "Do you still miss Tweety?" And she goes, "Yeah, but it's okay. She comes and sleeps every once in a while."
whoa.
Okay, that's fascinating. All right,
That's
I'm good
very
with that.
fascinating.
I'm good with that.
Yeah. You're familiar with the schoolyard sightings?
What? I'm sorry,
the
I was broken
aerial
up a
school?
second.
Like schoolyard sightings where UFOs come down and talk to kids?
I haven't heard that.
Oh man, you got to dig into that.
Zimbabwe.
Yeah, Zimbabwe
Right.
was the most well-known case, I guess, but when we were talking to Preston Dennett, who's an author and researcher on all this stuff, he said that it happens a lot. Like there's many, many, many cases of it. More than dozens.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, and they usually all have about the same message. It's like, hey, you need to take better care of yourselves. You need to take better care of the planet. Technology is going to screw you guys over.
I kind of have a really random question. I don't mean to be a smart ass,
No.
but there's some people who have claimed like all these, experiences. Like
Mhm.
they say it's like clockwork. Well, if that's the case, why haven't you put equipment out? Like put like trail cams, put something to get your, story told, to get your evidence that you need instead of just, because to me, an experience is nothing but a great story until you have evidence to back it up. Then you got your proof.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
But
not
when-
that,
but when-
but
But when things happen to people in their lives, especially when they're young, Matt, very young, like we're talking about a 4-year-old, for me, it was 7-year-old, you're still trying to figure out for many years after what happened, what just happened.
yeah, no, and I get
You're-
that. I get that.
And then
I-
and then when you try to tell adults, nobody believes you. They say you have imaginary friends. They say you're crazy. They say you're just making stuff up. So this is the reason why people haven't told.
See, that's another reason why I fully believe in para-unity, because, and like we talked about parapost earlier in the beginning, that's why I believe in this type of stuff, because like I said, what Scott says, it may not be real to us, but it's real to somebody. And it's 100% right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Like, you could sit here and tell me that Casper came up and sat down with dinner with you and chatted with you and had game night with you and the family. I'll believe you. I want to see the evidence, but I will believe.
Yeah, that's
Because I even, like, my very first experience, like I've had 2 experiences that I call my first. The one was my personal experience, and the other one is my first professional experience that got me into this field, like started investigating. But my very first one, I was leaving my mom's work. She used to work at the state hospital. And I was leaving her work, and we have old coal train lines or railways. And there was this old bridge that they don't use anymore. I was driving underneath it, and back in the day, and I'm sure you guys know, the old Nokia phones, we had to pay per message and per minute and all that
yeah.
stuff. Well, I had one that nobody had that phone number but my parents. So I had it sitting next to me, and I heard it go off. I heard it vibrate, which was weird because it never went off. And I looked down like this, looked back up, and probably 40 yards in front of me, there was a female standing in the road. I had an
Whoa.
87 Chevy Caprice Classic. This thing did not stop on a dime. I mean, maybe if the dime was the length of a football field, I could stop perfectly. But I slammed on the brakes, and I witnessed this female go past straight through the car. Solid. Straight through. I stopped, got out, and I said, "Ma'am, are you okay?" And she turned and looked at me and disappeared, and I went, "Nope," and jumped in my car, and I sped off. That was my first experience. But it wasn't till years later where I started getting into the paranormal, and then I realized what I experienced.
Huh.
And
Interesting.
you're right. You're right, Spooky. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell my parents. I didn't tell my friends. I didn't tell anybody because the paranormal is taboo where I'm from. You don't talk about that.
I mean, if you compare it to other types of traumatic events that happen in young people's lives where they spend years trying to process it and overcome what happened, like let's say, for example, you know, a young child was physically abused or sexually abused. I mean, look at how that screws up somebody's life for years and years and years. They have to try to make sense of it, try to beg people to listen to them and, you know, believe what happened. That's not fair for a young person to have to try to prove, you know, what they've been through. It's just not fair.
No.
So when people ask me for proof and, you know, they want me to go out and they want me to set up a camera in my bedroom, they want me to, you know, take the cameras out and, you know, point them up in the sky. These are personal things to me. I'm speaking for myself, nobody else. I mean, I love when I see people go out in the outdoors and shoot videos of orbs and, you know, different phenomena, but that's not my thing. Maybe it's because of how many years I had to, you know, work through and try to make sense of things. But, you know, I it's just personal.
Yeah, and I get that, and I respect that, and you know, that is another big issue in our field is the reason why I love para-unity, the idea of para-unity and this belief of it is because individuals who have been put down for so long about their experiences can finally, you know, say something. They can finally, explain their experience. They can share it out, get input, get help. Because if somebody does go through something dramatic, whether it's paranormal or not, they should be comfortable enough. We should act like a big family. We should be comfortable enough to talk. Because who's to say that big question, like, what did I experience as a kid? What did I experience? You can finally get that closure. And that's what some people need. They need that support.
Well, yeah, I mean, we all need that support. Sometimes we don't want to admit that we do, but we all need to be supporting each other.
Mm-hmm. And it
Yeah,
all.
I know I would have never said nothing about the stuff I seen, guys, if it wasn't for Ben and Joe. And then, because they're really accepting, you know, when it comes to your story. They don't knock it. They don't say anything bad. They don't try to disprove it. They just want to hear it. And it's awesome.
And that's just it. Like, I like when I said about, you know, people saying that if they're experiencing stuff, you know, day in and day out, set up a camera. Well, why not? Why wouldn't you? I mean, I've heard people say that, you know, Bigfoot comes into their backyard on a regular basis. My first question is, why not set up a camera? Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, you're going to be your naysayers, but, you know, do you know how cool that would be on, like, Christmas? Hey, you guys want to see what I caught? You know, camera, check this out. You know, or get into the paranormal field. Hey, well, do you have any, you know, evidence of, you know, your stories? You know, do you have anything to show us?
A good example of why people don't want to say anything,
whether it's real or fake.
UFO Twitter is the perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you want to subject yourself to that? Right?
Yes.
If you've already been through traumatic things that take a lot of years to process and understand, why would you go out there and throw yourself in the lion's den, you know?
Just so somebody can type something for 10 seconds and ruin your whole mood for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't believe that.
But I mean, I made a promise to a bunch of people, like on like my audience and stuff, and one of the big reasons why you will never see anything negative on my channel or come out of my mouth is because I want people to be comfortable enough and open enough to share their experiences. I mean, if it's traumatic, get some closure. Build yourself up. Build that confidence. If you're proud of it, promote it. Have fun with it. Be proud of your evidence. Be proud of your experience.
Lots of UFOs
yeah,
being
but
caught on ring camera.
you're a rare breed, though, man. That's not the way the most of the community is. They just
Right.
wanna take what you show and they wanna rip it apart and shred it down to make it conform to their version of modern day science and what they've learned throughout this very small time in history that this wave of humanity has been on this earth. Science that we know is not all of science.
Well, and the other thing is too is we've said this, and I mean we've said this here, we've said this on my show, and many others. Our field, whether it's cryptozoology, demonology, just paranormal in general, this is not an exact science. You cannot sit here and break it down to 1 + 1 is 2. You can't do that because we're not there yet. I mean, are we getting closer to finding out? I believe that with technology the way it's been, absolutely. But it's going to take all of us. It's not going to just be one person who is going to be the godfather of paranormal. You know what I mean? It's not going to be like that. It's going to be some no-name team in the backwoods of wherever who bring that evidence to the table. And it's going to be all of us working together. We're all going to have naysayers. There's always going to be people's opinions, which is perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. But be constructive about it. Like, I get asked a lot of times for evidence to look over orbs. I am a big naysayer of orbs. I'm sorry. Some people may hate me for that. But if you look at the definition, an orb is it's just a burst of energy, circular, emits its own light, has its own flight path. Perfectly fine. Absolutely. Is it saying that it is an entity? No. It's just a ball of energy. That is an orb by definition. Now, if you catch an EVP with it or footsteps or some other reaction with it, go for it, 100%. Matrixing is there. You see, smiley faces. Oh, the spirit's happy. No, you get like a, Forrest Gump t-shirt with the smiley face. You get one of those. Who looks like that? Seriously, you cannot tell me that is one of your relatives. If they look like that, sorry, but they're ugly. They got a big, round, perfectly round face with a big old smiley face. For me, orbs can be true orbs are obviously what I said, but 90% of these pictures that I get sent, dust, bugs, something, water vapor. You gotta look at your environment. Is it misty out? Is it foggy out? Is it windy out? You're gonna get dust. Are there a lot of bugs around? What's going on? What's the airflow in the home? You've got to take the outside and bring it into your evidence review. You have to.
Yeah.
Because if you can debunk it, it's not evidence. But, I mean, again, you've got to be open to criticism. You have to.
Oh, yeah. There's definitely some orb pictures out there that are just dust, obviously. And then you've got orbs that are, like, interacting with people's flashlight. Like, hey, I just blinked those 6 times, and they're over there blinking 6 times. It's like, okay, well, that's totally different.
That has intelligence. Exactly.
Somebody else that was on here.
What if it's just a clear looking bubble?
Oh yeah.
You ever heard of this? Just not floating. I mean, it's in the air, but it's not really floating around. It's just stationary in one spot. And I pointed it out to my son-in-law, and we were both in the house, not outside. And he came over, and I pointed at it, and I said, what is this? Look at this thing. It's not moving. Did you, do you see it? At first he didn't see it. He came over to where I was. I go, look, I'm going to pop it. And as soon as I stuck my finger on it to pop this bubble, I got about that close to it, and it shot straight up, and it looked like it went through the ceiling.
Now that has some intelligence to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying that orbs don't exist. Like they never happened. Like, I'm not a complete naysayer.
Hey, I've never
But I'm
seen
gonna get-
anything like that before in my life. That just happened recently, just before Valentine's Day.
That's awesome. See, now I talked about Mason, MJC Paranormal. He did a museum in West Virginia, and he was showing me some of the evidence. He caught some of the best evidence I've seen in my life. And I mean, you're talking a full-bodied apparition. You're talking. I even said on live. I said, I can't believe I'm saying this, but that's an orb, dude. That is a legit orb. This thing had intelligence. It had its own flight path. It was interacting. They had some other activity with it. I was like, dude, this is a true orb. I love this. This is legit. I mean, I'm not saying they're not out there. It's not ever, not going to happen. But I'm just saying, I'll be real. I'll be realistic. If I think it's a bug, I'm sorry, it's a bug. If I can see, little wings outside of it, it's a bug. If it has a perfect smiley face, it's probably us. Matrixing.
Yeah.
But
I wish I could remember who said it, but somebody was on here and they told us that, like, if you see an orb and it's not emitting its own light, like if it's flying through a room and it doesn't light up the room around it, it's just a particle of dust. Like a true orb is actually producing its own light source.
Well, yeah, again, that's the definition. It emits its own light. And if it does emit its own light, it's like a smaller version of ball lightning.
Mm-hmm.
Ball lightning happens. It's just a bigger scale. You can still see it in the clouds. It's lighting up the clouds. So yeah, orbs would.
I think sometimes maybe we limit our chances of opening up our consciousness and exploring new ideas by putting definitions and terms on things. That's why a lot of the times I try not to put terminology and definitions on certain things that I can't explain because I don't want to mislead people in any way.
100%.
Some of the things that I've seen in my life, I could almost never tell someone what it was because they wouldn't be able to grasp what I'm talking about. Because they're unexplainable to me as I see them. How can I tell someone else and make them believe it?
See, then that's, again, where, for me, ego needs to be out of that situation. Because yes, do I have a lot of experience in this field? 100%. Do I know everything? No. If I don't know something, I will say to somebody, I don't know. Well, let's find out together. Or, you know what? Let's talk, I don't know it, but I know this person who might. Let's network. And let's find out the answer together. And I will stick with them because I will. Like I said, I mainly study the paranormal, spirits and stuff like that. A little bit of demonology. And I mean, I'm interested in cryptozoology, but I have more knowledge in the paranormal. So if something comes up where it's encrypted or something like that, I know who I can go to for answers. I won't sit there and say, you know what, I don't know. I know this or this is what it is. I'll make shit up. No, I'll be like, you know what, I just don't know. I really don't know. I'll be the first to admit something.
This is funny because this is how Jamie met their spooky. She just sent her a message one day and said, you want to be besties? And now they're like family.
That's awesome. And I love the name, by the way. Love the name. That one time I was abducted.
Oh, dude, you got to check their channel out, man.
Absolutely.
Yep, for sure.
Absolutely.
Jamie and Bree.
And see, that's the other thing. Like, the reason why I started doing what I'm doing is I want to meet people. I want to start networking with people. I want to get out there because the more people that we start networking with, the bigger our community will grow. Because we already have a huge community. Just the problem is we're not connected. Let's start connecting. You know what I mean? Let's start working together. Let's have some fun with this.
Yep. Absolutely, man.
I'm open to check out anybody. Anybody, feel free to send me your link. I'll subscribe.
Well, I'm just letting you know right now so that you're prepared in advance. But they do a show called Butt Stuff, so you may get an invite to go do some butt stuff.
I'll support it, but I won't be loyal.
Yeah, they do a show called Butt Stuff where they bring on guests and then they go over a bunch of UFO videos, and you have to. If you're the guest, it's your word is the top word. So if you say that it's a UFO, it's a UFO. If you say you need more information, that's what they go with. Need more information.
Definitely a unique name, and now that you told me the context and what they do, let's go.
I'll start. Dude, you gotta check it out. It's cool.
Oh my gosh, I just thought about that. Like like some of my coworkers are interested in the paranormal, but they don't know it too much. So if they ever ask if I met anybody, I'll be like, you need to go check out the butt stuff, man. Go check out butt stuff. You'll love butt stuff.
Butt stuff.
Go check out butt stuff. That's for sure.
Stuffing butts.
Bree gets to do butt stuff soon. That's cool. Gypsy Road's on butt stuff today, I think.
What?
I think so. Let me make sure.
That's gonna be one for the record for the archives. Unbelievable.
5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. Gypsy Road will be on. That one time I was abducted by aliens doing butt stuff.
Good Lord.
Good Lord.
I'll tell you what, I love your audience, guys. The
thanks.
Names are just freaking awesome.
Yeah, we should have warned you about some of the naughtiness before we started.
Military, man, don't forget.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we're good.
You will never offend me. If anything, I'm like, yeah, this is awesome.
This comment,
gets
I
me
think
with
she
that
copy
one,
and
boy.
pasted this one. This one's been in the chat about 17 times a day.
I gotta remember that one.
If you only knew the meaning behind it.
Oh my dear God, Terry.
If you come on my show and say you heard about Coca-Cola, you will get my co-host just giggling and snorting and laughing.
Heard about Coca-Cola?
Okay, so
Uh-oh.
the monetized version.
We're not monetized, bro.
Just in case. I don't want to be the reason. But, so, I don't know if you guys have seen, but Coca-Cola just came out with this new flavor called Starlight. Well, it is really good. And we were in a video meeting about preparing for this investigation we're going to. And we're talking about the show and how we want to get things set up. And I was like, hey, have you guys tried this new Coke? And it's called Starlight. My one co-host Lurker goes, oh yeah, I've tried that. It's really good. And I said, yeah. I said, I just can't pick out the taste of it. I said, it's kind of like a cherry Coke and vanilla mix. And he goes,
Ooh.
like a black licorice or something. I was like, you know what? Maybe a black cherry. And while I was trying to think of something else, my other co-host, Sarah Russell, aka Squeakers, said, well, yeah, oh, she's awesome. Both my co-hosts are funny. They're hilarious. I love them. But she said plum, like the fruit. The problem is Lurker and myself didn't hear the PL. We heard a C. So it was black and that, and we're like, wait, what did you say? And I was like, that's not what we heard. I was like, is that like the only Coca-Cola that'll give you a milk mustache or something? And we just absolutely lost it. And we brought Minnesota Spirit Hunters into it. It was a whole thing. We were going for like an hour different like adult themed Coca-Cola products.
That's awesome. I think you guys need to go. You need to merge channels with that one time. It sounds like you guys have the same humor. That'd be hilarious.
Seriously, my shows are so. I try to be professional, but here's the thing: like, I want to be myself. I want to have fun. I want to, Sarah Russell and Carlos they came to me and they wanted their own show. They wanted to start doing their own show, but they're not comfortable being on camera. So I said, why not be my co-host? Get used to being on camera. And I want even my guests to come on and just be like, just hanging out like we're doing right now, just chilling, relaxing, talk about whatever, doesn't matter, have a great time. And some of the topics we get on our
Matt, Dirty Mike says, has this guy been driving for the last 2.5 hours? Where is he going?
It's so true.
Actually, talking about Chad, you told about a 333 and 111. I have
Yeah.
4 hours and 44 minutes left.
Telling you, man, isn't that crazy? You just happened to look down and that's what it was.
Yeah. 30 Mike, I'm heading to North Carolina from Pennsylvania. Just passed into, just got into Virginia not too long ago.
Don't stop there.
That's
Don't
funny.
take no wrong turns in Virginia.
Right? Right? You know, my ex flew. We flew into PA, and I left before she did. She had to work, but she flew into Baltimore. It was a cheaper flight, so I drove down from PA, middle of the state PA, to Baltimore to pick her up. And I was following GPS, and next thing you know, the GPS stopped working. I'm literally in like the projects of Baltimore. 2 white people in the projects of Baltimore. And we're just like, I want to stop for directions, but I kind of don't. It's like one of those whole lock the door moments. Keep driving, keep your head down. Hey, hi, how you doing? Yeah, just keep going. Look straight ahead. But you're not wrong, man. You don't take any wrong turns.
No.
You ain't welcome around here.
Keep going to your banjos, then turn around.
That's no joke, man. I drove from Michigan to North Carolina, and I had to drive through some scary spots where it was like, I don't think I should break down here. I don't feel welcome.
You ever have that moment where you feel out of place? Yeah.
You
Yeah,
spooky
I was-
from the hood. We don't ever feel like that.
Yeah, I don't really identify. Well,
Yeah, I don't know. I've been in some weird spots where I think I could come up missing here pretty easy.
Actually, Spooky, you'll understand this reference, man. That's like heading down to San Isidro. Being a tourist and heading down to San Isidro, you don't do that. You do San Isidro alone.
San Isidro is the border town right on the other side of the border from Tijuana.
Melissa says white people are the scariest thing out there. Oh my God, Melissa. Oh, welcome to the chat, Melissa. I think that was your first comment. How are you doing there?
Yeah, Melissa, where you been?
When I was waiting for hand surgery, I looked up. The room in front of me was 333.
Whoa.
Oh, she
glad
says,
that surgery went well.
yeah, she says she sees a lot of them, but 333 is the most popular. For me, it's ones and
Start
fours.
playing some lottery numbers.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of lottery, every Christmas, my family for probably the last 10, 15 years, my aunt over at her house, we always go over there for Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
And when you walk in the door, you get a scratch off. And this year, it didn't work that way. We didn't grab it when we walked in the door. We kind of just all at the same time passed around this thing and you just pulled it out. Well, this year, I'm a little bit more tuned in with like the Oracle cards and stuff. So I figured, I'm going to see if I can work some magic here. So I pulled all of them out and just fanned them all out and just went with the one that resonated with me and put them all back. And I was the only winner.
Whoa.
Won like $10, which I've never won before.
You
Never
picked
won
your
a
own
scratch-off.
destiny, man.
Yeah, manifested my own destiny.
Yeah.
Now I just need to do that with like a multi-million-dollar winner. But yep, that was something strange that happened. I see 333, 4s, and 7s. Oh, and 2s. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I see a lot of 1s and a lot of 3s. Cassie's so proud of me. Cassie wants to just fill my whole office here with Oracle decks. Oh, 333 started showing up after you started meditating. That's interesting. Wonder what 333 means if you look that up. 333
Jamie.
angel numbers. Angel number 333 symbolizes encouragement in making the correct choices in life. And in terms of relationships, if you see this number, that may indicate that it is time for you to make essential changes and choices in your love life. Ooh. Yeah, my mom was there. She witnessed it. The funny thing is I haven't I'm so lazy, I haven't cashed in that scratch off yet. Still have it somewhere.
So you're saying 333 is like a dirty meal?
It's what?
3 people, threesome. That's what you're saying, Chad?
Yep. According to Google.
You need to kick up your love game, spice it up a little.
Jamie, is your keyboard broke or what's going on here?
No,
It's just
she's
one
just a
after
wet
the other.
turtle.
She just sees wet turtles everywhere.
Oh shit!
Weird. That's
I didn't
strange.
blow up. I'm safe. I knocked over the propane tank.
Yeah, Matt. Sonny has this crazy way of warming his garage up by pouring rubbing alcohol on the ground and lighting it on fire next to a dirt bike.
Huh. That sounds like a good time.
In between me and the dirt bike's cold too.
Kind of like playing the lottery.
No, it's safe.
Light the floor on fire and just see what happens.
The most dangerous thing is the fumes. I'm using rubbing alcohol.
Yeah. And the lack of oxygen. But that's okay. We operate on a small amount of oxygen anyway.
Better.
Makes what?
Makes the weed work better with less oxygen.
That's true.
Oh, that was a little odd.
Oh my God, Jamie, that's the best one. Oh boy.
She's not a wet turtle. She's a fertile turtle. You gotta watch out for her.
Turtle. Oh my God, it's the best one I've seen, I think. Oh jeez. Man.
Yeah, I like your audience.
Usually it's worse, man. Usually it's even crazier, but she's being somewhat decent today. Just keeps... Oh man, Jamie.
Some of the
What's
stuff
that?
we get on there, even the backstage stuff, like anything behind the scenes, we're right there with you guys.
Oh, be ready, man. Be ready. I mean, now that we know that you're out there, I'm sure Jamie's going to be finding
now
you.
Now that we know you're like us.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if you don't mind me saying, anybody wants to come on my show and hang out, chill, talk shop, whatever, everyone's welcome. Everyone's welcome on my show. I don't care what you want to talk about, paranormal, cryptids, whatever. Let's go. Let's have some fun.
Oh, that'd be fun, man.
And did you drop that link in the chat, Chad?
No, because the link that I had for your channel was the wrong channel. I went through there and I didn't see you in any of the videos, so I don't think I have the right link.
I haven't noticed if Cassie did it.
What's
just paranormal consultant on paranormal consultant on YouTube, and then you can get a hold of myself or the Paracast crew on Paracast by Paranormal Consultant on Facebook, or even Parapost. They can get a hold of me that way. Doesn't either way.
That one worked. I don't know which one I had before, but they had like 20,000 subscribers, and I didn't see you in any of the videos, and I was like, I don't think this is it.
Someone that popular? Nope, definitely not me.
Not yet.
You'll get there.
No, I think I only have like 125 at the moment.
Dude, I really think that the more people start opening their third eye and everybody starts coming, like waking up to this, our channels might be some of the biggest ones out there maybe one day.
Well,
yeah.
People have asked me about that too. Like, what is my ultimate goal? Well, here's the bottom line for me. I want to give people an opportunity to promote themselves. I want people to, have that chance to network, to have fun. These newer teams to, meet people. Because here's the thing, like, for an example, going down to North Carolina right now, right? If I was going on a family vacation, who knows? Maybe there's a couple teams that I can meet up with and hang out with, people that I've talked to over the internet.
Yep.
You guys come to Pennsylvania, I'm here. Scott Morton's here. There's a couple others. And that's the thing, like, we can go anywhere in the world or the U.S. and know somebody. I mean, how cool would that be? To be like, hey, I want to take a trip to Well, not right now. I know, right? If I go back to San Diego, spooky. I'm looking you up, man. You know, we'll chill. But like that's what this is about. Like that's what I don't care.
I hope you do, brother. If you ever are back this way, please, because you'll get the best Mexican food right here.
Oh, you know it. Oh, I miss. You know what? Here's what upsets me. Out here, nobody has legit carne asada, man. I miss my carne asada.
Yeah,
I just
that's
had
enough
that for
not to
lunch
leave the
yesterday,
state.
right off the truck.
You know what I miss too? In and out.
Oh,
I miss In and
Oh
Out.
my
man.
God.
I feel like they
The
put
best.
drugs or something. I'm sitting there flying
that's
back
the
home last
taste
night,
of
it's like,
California, right? That's the SoCal taste, man.
My Lord have mercy.
Oh my God, Jamie, really?
I'm flying home, I was so upset.
Oh my God.
We try to get everyone to open up their third eye, and Jamie spends a lot of time trying to get everyone to open up their brown eye. You got to really watch out for her, man. She's a dirty girl.
Winky, winky.
Oh my Lord. Yep, it's about time. 2.5 hours in. This is where we lose it.
We
Yeah, we're
redefine
talking
the gutter.
about the one that's winking. She's talking about the one that's stinking all the time.
I can't believe she's not using the whole In and Out reference as a joke.
She's getting paid right now.
Yeah, she's at work. Getting paid to harass us. Yep.
What a country.
What a country. Yep. She says I know better. Oh man.
So
funny.
Amy, so they're gonna have butt stuff with Eric at Gypsy Road. He's gonna be the guest.
Yep. That's at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. Gypsy
And then my
Rose,
boys right here, UFO Garage, Ben and Joe, are tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific.
9 p.m. Eastern. They're gonna have Smiles Lewis Anomaly Archives.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Good shows.
And guys, make sure you're over there checking out Alien Girl's morning show at 7 a.m. Eastern. It's pretty early for you guys out on West Coast, but she's got a really cool show.
I always watch it on replay.
The Alien Girl show?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, and watch Lynn too. She's on at 8 Eastern.
Lynn Wallington.
Sure.
Please send me the links, guys. I'd love to jump in and I'll subscribe to everybody, man. I don't care, but
Yeah.
love the little community you guys have over here. You guys are
Oh,
awesome.
thanks,
brother.
man.
I love
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure, man. Do you know about Texas Front Porch and Bigfoot Michigan Rob? You heard them before?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Well, they're going to be on today at 1 p.m. Eastern. They're going to have, they call their show Brunch with Bigfoot.
Okay,
And
cool.
so today they've got, it looks like, I don't know if they have a guest or not. It says just Texas Front Porch with Bigfoot Michigan Rob. They're going to be 1 p.m. Eastern, noon Central.
Okay, cool.
And now they're broadcasted on both channels. So Texas Front Porch will also be broadcasted on Bigfoot Michigan Rob's channel and vice versa, I believe. So that's pretty cool.
Well, it gives about an hour and a half. I think that. All right. I'll definitely should be able to find it by then.
Am I getting this wrong, Gypsy Road? How come you were saying I'm going to be on their show next week? Oh, are you talking about BMR?
I think that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, we got. He's definitely on butt stuff today, right? Good day, Mr. Justin Maynard. How's it going, dude? I'm on Lou payroll to be a disinfo agent.
Oh boy, let's not go down.
Let's not go down that road here, buddy.
We had enough of that yesterday.
Oh man. Oh, okay, yeah, Texas Bigfoot channel for sure, man. Texas Front Porch, or yeah, is that what it's called? Texas Front Porch and Bigfoot Michigan Rob. Thought that was an orb in front of me, but it was a piece of dust. Wouldn't that be interesting? Orb just shows up right here. What are you guys talking about? You.
That'd be cool. That'd be awesome. I've never heard of that.
I've got a video of one showing up behind me. It drops down from the wall like this and then goes over this way.
I was it's not ignored, but there was one experience that I had to laugh at. Now, Scott and I have been, chatting for a while now, and he had a green screen for one of his shows, and we were, I don't know if it was my show or his show that we were on together. We're just sitting there chatting, and all of a sudden you see him look one way, and his green screen falls the opposite direction, just from one side, just gets pulled. And then he flips back around. He goes, did you just see that? I said, yeah, I saw your green screen. He goes, yeah, but did you hear that? I said, no. He said, I heard something on my left side. My green screen fell from the right side. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Especially when he was on a live stream?
Yeah, we were on live. We were on live together. It was like this, and it happened.
That's cool. Definitely wanted to be seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think little things like that are just little ripples that get the word out there even better. It's like, hey, did you see what happened on Chad's channel?
Well, that's why, for the show tomorrow, for my show, from the 10 to 2 spot, we're going to be doing this live investigation. I want people to be able to see things. I want, the audience to be able to help out. And obviously the other reason is because I'm doing something that's probably going to make me, be an idiot, but I enjoy it. I'm using myself as a trigger object, being a veteran. And at some point in the night, I'm going to go down somewhere, wherever it's most haunted at, or where there's most reports. And I'm going to be down there by myself. No flashlight, just the camera for the live stream, and that's it.
Ooh.
See what happens.
What kind of camera are you using?
Here's the fun part.
Your phone?
Oh.
I have a little GoPro. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. GoPros will get some stuff too.
Yeah, I mean it's a knockoff brand, but I'm cheap. But
gotta use what you got, man.
I've investigated with Polaroid cameras, disposable cameras, VHS, DVR systems, cassette recorders, and I've got some really good evidence on them. So I have an EMF meter, and I like some of the newer equipment, but for me, let me just stick to the basics. And I'm gonna tell people on my show tomorrow, it can be done with minimal equipment. I didn't want to ball out and spend all this money for REM pods, SP7s, and all these other great things, which are great tools, but I want people to see that it can be done with minimals. So,
yeah, and I was listening to Unidentified S4, his channel last night, who is Anthony and Andy Gambino. I was listening to them talking about how much things have changed from the analog to digital world and how worse the pictures are now that they're digital. Like analog pictures with film, the whole film process carries way more information in one picture than the digital pictures do now, because if you zoom in on a digital picture, you're actually adding pixels to the image that weren't there originally, where a film picture, you can keep zooming and zooming and zooming and you're not going to see pixels. It's all just I don't know what the word is for the dark stuff that you're seeing on the image, but yeah, it's not pixels.
Well, here's a question for you guys. Do you think that we're talking about, the EMF field before? Do you think that because of the EMF is the other reason why digital doesn't get as great as quality?
Totally. I've had that thought too, because all these Bigfoot pictures, Sasquatch pictures are all blurry, all of them. And it's like, man, why is that? Why are they all blurry? And it could just be that when you're in the presence of something that powerful and on that type of frequency, it's affecting the sensor on the camera enough where it's not going to give you a perfectly clear picture.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's why I love this field, man.
Yeah, and we think that we're at the top of we're just the epitome of technology, and we're the epitome of human civilization. Like the camera that I'm holding right now, just because I paid $10,000 for it, it's the best one that's ever been around. and it should work no matter what. And it's like, no, dude, we're still in the very infancy of everything.
Yep. And hopefully it gets better.
I think we should go back
That's
to film.
humbling.
You know, I was actually debating. There's a Walmart not too far from the hotel. I was debating about running over there and just picking up a couple of disposable cameras. Just
Dude, do it for us. Go buy a couple digital or throwaway cameras and go to the Cape Fear River and just start snapping pictures.
You know what? I'll buy. How about this? I'll do you one better. I'll buy 2 of them. One for Cape Fear, and the other for the investigation.
Yes. I'll buy you a coffee.
This has a funny story. I'm not sponsored, even though I freaking should be. I drink 8 to 12 of these a day.
Oh my god, dude. What?
No way.
I'm not even playing. Like I don't know if you guys can see it, but the backpack right here,
Mm-hmm.
I usually have between 12 and 14 in there a day. Every day.
Bro.
True story.
That's a
With
lot
my
of sugar.
My wife right here, she'll tell you. I actually have amp energy drink in my bloodstream.
For sure.
I do not inject it, but here's what happened. So I have this really bad oral infection that's led me to lose teeth, and I need surgery and all this other stuff. Well, one day I had an abscess that was real bad and real painful on my cheek. So I went in, they took some blood while I'm drinking an amp, mind you.
Oh no!
Doctor
Right in
goes
the middle
back.
of your story. Hold on,
We found some unique.
hold on. Your story is getting interrupted by YouTube signal blockers.
By the gremlins.
All right, so
Oh,
you're
it just-
sitting there talking to a doctor.
Yeah, so the doctor comes back about an hour and a half later, and he goes, "So, Mr. Barron," he goes, "we found some markers that we can't explain on your blood work." And I said, "Well, I do have a little bit of medical experience." I said, "What is it?" And yes,
I'd have kidney stones the size of bowling balls if I drank that much soda.
and he started reading off these markers they couldn't figure out, and I'm just literally went, "Huh."
I wonder what it could be.
I can't imagine why.
Sir, you're 3% Mountain Dew.
What is that stuff? Is it just Mountain Dew?
That's
with extra
Kickstart.
caffeine?
Mountain Dew Kickstart. I think that's just their Mountain Dew version of their, like they've got their own energy drink.
Does it taste like Mountain Dew?
I don't remember. I used to drink that stuff, but not like that. I might have had 1 or 2 a day, but holy crap, Cassie, you have 80 films you have to develop?
Whoa.
When I was in high school, right before I graduated, Kodak announced that they were making their last batch of Developer. That was in 2007. So I don't know if another company started making Developer again, or if
What the hell's developer?
it's a liquid that it's the first liquid that you have. There's 3 stages to develop film.
Oh yeah.
I think the first version or the first liquid you put it in is called a stop. So it stops it from developing anymore. And then you put it in Developer, and then you put it in, I think it's called Fixer. That's crazy. I even remember that. I think it's called Fixer, and that's like a rinse or something. And then you take it out of that and put it under like a water stream. But yeah, I think Kodak was like, "Hey, we're checking out, man. We're done doing this stuff." But I can't imagine that people still develop film. Does Kodak
do.
still make Developer? Yeah, because they were talking about how there's only a certain amount left.
You can still get it developed at Walmart, I think.
Yeah, but it's a different process. Like they actually they take little pictures of the film and then they just print them out digitally. So it's not really like an actual film process. They run it through a computer, and the computer takes pictures of the film and then transfers them into pictures. In the end, the development taking place at Kodak is good, although its effects are too early to call yet. All Kodak film... Oh. I don't know. That doesn't give me the answer I want. What? Kodak switched over to... Okay, it says, despite what Kodak as a business has gone through over the past 10 years, this was written in 2021, and despite a shift to producing pharmaceuticals, the company still continues to press on with film production. Kodak is making pharmaceuticals now? That's strange.
Sounds about right.
We're a giant company, and our business model is going under. What can we do?
Take
Make
a
drugs.
Kodak for your back.
Hi, Matt. Welcome back to the Chad Smith Podcast. Yeah,
I
it
thought you got
says...
pulled over.
What's that?
Dude, everyone's passing you. How slow are you driving? You just got passed by a truck and trailer, and I think he was flipping you off. Like, stop driving, speed up.
Believe it or not, I'm going 70.
Wow, these people are hauling ass, dude. I'm noticing how fast the trucks are passing you. They drive
dude,
like me.
Matt's smart. Gas is expensive. All those other idiots are burning unnecessary fuel.
Man, I don't even worry about gas
You had a
prices.
ticket on top of it?
It's
Oh, thank
scary.
you. I'm in Virginia. They don't mess around.
Mhm.
Oh, with speeding, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
State
okay.
troopers. Oh, yeah, they'll get you.
I have a new truck that I just got. It's new to me, and it's got an 8.1 liter gas engine in it, Matt, and it sucks gas down like you wouldn't believe. It probably drinks more gas than you do those damn Mountain Dew drinks.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
I have an 04 Ford Explorer sports track lifted, and that's terrible, man. I like a company I work for. We do deliveries pretty much 4 out of the 5 days I work a week, and I put $40 to $50 in every day.
Whoa. Hey, Connor, Bigfoot Anon. Dude, thank you for buying us a cheeseburger.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks, man.
I got to pull up the overlay.
You know we love you, man.
Special video we got for that.
Check ours too, our other ones.
Thank you, dude. Appreciate you, man.
You're the best.
Everybody go check out Bigfoot Anon's channel to see some live on location action shots, man. He's got some good stuff over there. And good vibes. Connor always has good vibes.
That's always a bonus.
So thank you for that cheeseburger there, Matt. Appreciate you, dude. Cassie, thanks for sharing all the links. Cassie and Arden Paranormal, you guys are killing it today. And Melissa, thank you so much.
Pinzer dropped a couple too, I think.
Lindsay Pinzer.
Thank you
She's
for that.
Awesome. Yeah, the chat's been awesome today, guys. No negativity, so I appreciate that. Nobody's hating on each other. Loving it.
Always a bonus.
For sure. Yeah. Sometimes it gets a little weird, but today was awesome. You brought the good vibes with you, Matt.
I tried. I was gonna say, you want some weird stuff, man.
Breeze.
Yeah.
Breeze here. The goat.
Hey, Chad.
Yeah.
We also got another donation on our PayPal from Dorothy Hawkins.
Oh, really?
I don't know when that came in.
Aw.
Dorothy Hawkins, thank you so much.
Thank
we
you,
really
Dorothy.
appreciate you. That was on our PayPal account?
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, Dorothy. Yeah, we didn't have to play this one today. Our channel disclaimer.
No, I got close.
It got real close. couple times. Lee.
I can't get too bad. My wife's right here. She'd beat the crap out of me.
Oh, no worries. No worries. Yeah, sometimes it gets a little crazy on here.
It's all good as long as y'all are having fun with it. You believe in what you're doing. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, man. When you said you were, you were like, "Oh no, it's all good, military." I'm like, "Oh yeah, we're safe. We're safe."
Right.
This guy's seen some crazy shit.
Nah, yo, we've seen and said crazy.
A bunch of guys that were in the Navy with Donnie. You guys have met Donnie before, Chad. My cousin Donnie, Papa Willie's brother.
Yeah.
He used to be in the Navy, and when he got out, he moved in with me. We were roommates. His buddies were still in the Navy, and they were stationed in Oakland. And those dudes would come down every 2 weeks and spend the weekend. Oh, man. It's like they tried to make up for 2 weeks of partying in one weekend. I thought one of them died one time. We really thought he was dead.
No, here, check this out. So my 21st birthday, we were doing an exercise in Virginia Beach. But then it was the day before my birthday. We were working at 12 noon to 12 midnight. We got done a little bit on the earlier side, and it was so once it would hit midnight, it would be my birthday. We drove back to the barracks, and it was, I think, 11:55 by the time we showed up. Nobody said a word to me. I was like, oh, thank God. I know what's going to happen if it's my birthday. I'm in trouble. No one said a word. I'm great. We pull up. We stop. I go to get out, and this big guy named Cantley, I'll never forget this man. You went to Bigfoot? He had a big hand. He was a big, big boy. His hand covers my chest, pushes me back into the seat of this van, and he goes, "Where do you think you're going, birthday boy?" And I went, uh-oh. They waited until midnight, and then there was 15 of us in this van. They waited till midnight to just start pummeling me. They started beating the crap out of me, singing happy birthday, threw me outside of the van, said, "You have 15 minutes to get ready. We're going drinking. Be ready. Don't make us hunt you down." They fed me $180 worth of alcohol in 10 minutes.
Whoa, I'd be done.
I was. They carried me out to the van and threw me in the van, went back in drinking, came back out. They wanted to go to IHOP, so we went to IHOP. I was drunk off my ass. We get back to the barracks. They said, "Now that you had food, you have room for more drinking," and they fed me more. They gave me a bottle of Jack and would not let me go until I finished that bottle.
Oh, gross.
And this went on for a week. A week. We were out partying and celebrating my birthday for a whole week.
These guys
That's a hazy.
And these guys would come down, and this is when weed was not legal. And they would have like half a pound of weed with them and try to smoke all that weed in 2 days. And I'd tell them, "You dumb asses, you're going to get drug tested when you get back." "No, it won't happen to us. It won't happen to us." It happened to one of them one time. Ooh, man. They get in big trouble for smoking weed in the military.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
They did back then.
See, in the Seabees,
He couldn't come for like 2 months. He was in trouble. He didn't have no more weekends off.
See, in the Seabees, we know how to do three things: build, fight, and drink. We pride ourselves on number three.
On number 3, yeah. I'm drinking. Yeah, my buddy was a Marine down in Jacksonville, so I know how that goes. They were always drinking, partying, sending me videos. And
yeah, but just like with the paranormal, I couldn't be prouder to be a part of that community.
I bet, man. Yeah. Thanks for your service.
Absolutely.
And I love when people think they can outdrink me, because I'm like, well, you do realize once I get into a mood, I don't stop. I'll get to a point where I stop tasting something, and it's like, I don't care if it's liquid, I'm drinking it. I don't care. I don't care if it's vodka. I don't care if it's tequila. I don't care if it's beer. I don't care what it is. If it's open and in front of me, I'm drinking that. It's gone.
Yep, I've got friends that are like that too, and it's like, I'm not gonna challenge you on that one. I'm a lightweight when it comes to alcohol nowadays.
Yeah, I don't drink. I can't drink like I used to.
I'm out of practice.
Hey guys, before we take off out of here, make sure you go and follow Matt on his channel. I put that in the description or in the chat. Actually, I'll put it in there one more time. And then also Texas Front Porch. It's going to have Bigfoot Michigan Rob on today, 1 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you also check out That One Time I Was Abducted by Aliens. Gypsy Road is going to be on there today doing butt stuff with Jamie and Bree at 5 p.m. Eastern. You're not going to want to miss that one. 9 p.m. Eastern, don't forget to check out UFO Garage. Today is going to be an awesome show with Smiles Lewis of Anomaly Archives. And then tomorrow morning, to start your weekend off, we're going to have Alien Girl 111 live on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch at 7 a.m. Eastern. Matt, you got anything else, dude?
No, I just want to say, guys, to you guys, thank you so much for the invite. I really appreciate it. Everybody's been outstanding. You guys are amazing. And the shows I have seen of yours, love them. You guys are doing amazing things. Keep it up. And I really hope to see you guys and hopefully get you on my show.
Absolutely.
But keep doing what you guys are doing. And, I have nothing but love and respect for y'all.
Thanks a lot.
Same here,
man.
brother.
Yeah, we'll definitely come over and hang out with you, but we're going to bring Jamie and Bree with us, I'm sure, in the chat room. Just letting you know.
Yeah, let's go.
Chad, Melissa just donated to us too, man.
Jeez, Melissa.
Come on, guys.
Melissa.
Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa. You're the best.
You're
Appreciate
awesome,
you.
Melissa.
That's awesome, guys.
Awesome. Awesome way to end the show.
Yep.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you so much for coming, and we'll be on your show soon.
Awesome. Can't wait, guys. Appreciate it.
See you guys. Chop
Later,
shop
y'all.
tomorrow. Peace.
Love yous.
It sound right, boys.